I'm quitting D&D forever. I'm quitting streaming. I hate all of you. Goodbye. I'm ending the stream. Goodbye. April Fools. Hello, everyone. It's April 1st. Cool. Ha ha ha. April Fool's joke. Sweet. Lame. I know. Super lame. Anyway, it's April 1st. Cool. It's Thursday night. It's D&D night. It's D&D. Yeah, I just thought of that. Awesome. Super high level 5-head April Fool's joke. Hey, man, it's still April Fool's. April 1st, 7:18 p.m. PT here in San Francisco. So technically, I can still bust out a joke, even though it was a bad one. You know? Okay. Anyway, it's D&D night. Good to have you all here. Fuck yeah. What's up, everybody? It's 4 a.m. for you? Nice. Well, it's Thursday evening at 7:18 p.m. PT here in SF. Cheers to all of you. Good to have you here. I've got a few old fashions queued up. Maybe a joint session in a couple of hours during the break. Good to have you all here. Hello, everybody. Good to have you all here. So, a little bit of housekeeping. I got my new Herman Miller chair. Fucking love it. It's amazing. My ass and my spine and my back are very happy with me. Anyway, last week was a very thick session. It went almost 7 hours. It was almost like it was a WoW raid. It was session 11. I highly recommend you check it out. On the YouTube channel, it was a doozy. It was super cool. Sticks did a great job setting it up. Watch it if you have not caught up. It was good stuff. Next week, there is no D&D. No D&D next week. We're going to take a break just for 1 week. Sticks needs to take a break. It's 12 sessions in tonight. So it seems like a good time. 12 episodes, 12 sessions. We're coming to the end of a story arc here. Might as well take a break for a week. I have meetings from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Thursday all next week. And then my normal working hours start from 1 until the evening all next week as well. So it's sort of a hellacious week for me for work next week at Ye Old Stream Elements. So it's a perfect week to take a break. I'm going to be super fucking tired. Getting up every day at like 5:30 or 6 a.m. I have to present at 7 in the morning on Thursday too, in front of my company. So yeah, lots of work next week. A break is welcome. It's just a presentation in front of 110 strangers on the internet. They're not strangers. They're my coworkers. No big deal. I've gotten to know several of them in the last, 9 months I've worked there. Great company. I love it. I hate getting up early, but I love the company, so it's not that bad. I'll deal with it. Anyway, we're here for D&D, not my life update. We're about to jump into the Discord with the boys. We're going to get a full recap of last session. We have a new member that joined us. If you weren't here last week, we do have a new player. One of Styx's friends, Morton Salt, in chat. He's great. He's playing a dwarvish cleric, which is cool. Anyway, we'll get a recap of last week, and then we will continue on with session 12. Break next week, and then we'll continue D&D on April 15th, tax day. Cool. And payday as well. Exciting. Anyway, without further ado, let's go jump down and see the boys. Thanks for bearing with me there, chat.
Major corporations balance that out by
I'm not a manager.
giving them 100K.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Oh, good timing.
Hold on. I know I come in, you guys are like, managers and rabble, and I want to see the supervisor. And I don't know. You guys aren't being.
You gotta warn us, man.
Yeah, we were talking about.
You just barged into my
everybody,
room and I had a tube sock and everything, man. Just horrible.
Oh no.
Balls deep in a pie.
No.
Boys,
It was like
good
30
to
years
have you
old
here.
now.
I know, and it still holds up, especially the first one. Come on, Nadia. Is she not the hottest ever? She was super hot back in the day. Everyone loved Nadia.
True.
Not, maybe not.
I tuned in to the webcam.
Some people were more into the flute. Anyway,
Yikes.
sorry, I don't know what's happening to me.
Can we get a Soma Yikes emote? Can we get that, please?
I feel like
Yeah, where's our Soma
there
Yikes?
should have been one of them in 2013. Cheers to you, boys. I'm having a little adult beverage. It's good to be back here with you guys. Donnie, it's good to have you back. I'm hoping you can get through the session. Good, sir. I will come over and give you mouth to mouth if I have to.
Oh my.
I'll do it in front of everyone. I'll embarrass you. It'll be great.
Take that.
85 months. Holy shit. What'd you say? You wanted to get physical with me? That's fine, Donnie. Anyway.
Ooh.
Thank you for that sub. Good to see everyone in chat. Hello. Hello, guys. Good to
85 months. Yikes, dude.
see you. Yeah, yikers. Yikes. Okay, let's jump into the session here. Let's get a recap of last week. It was a thick session. Very, very fun one. I enjoyed it very much. I already explained that next week will be a bye week. No D&D next week. Styx needs a break. We're 12 episode sessions in, which seems that's like a season 1, right? Like, seems like a good place. 12 hours. Well, I was gonna say 12 hours of content. More like 50 plus 60 hours of content.
Yeah, if there were seasons of movies.
Yeah, it'd be like 40 hours of content for the first quote unquote season.
Like 3 seasons in one.
Yeah.
Dude, we're bigger than Game of Thrones, boys.
We could be. But yeah, no D&D next week. We're gonna take a little break. I have a lot of work. Styx needs a break. Everyone's just gonna take some time. It'll be great. We're gonna work on some behind the scenes stuff actually next week that we don't need to stream. Just some stuff that will be added into the campaign later on. Anyway, all that out of the way, let's jump into it. Styx, recap us, and then let's start playing. We're gonna go for about 3 hours tonight, chat.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's go. All right. So last time it was raid night. Our party and friends were in the process of infiltrating a dwarven stronghold that had been taken over by the nefarious forces of the dragon folk. And in the first wing, they entered the Great Forge, where they rescued the brother of their companion Baron, and recruit a new party member in the form of Al playing Corin Stonemantle, our Forge cleric. Yeah, and he then proceeded to pinball around every environment, dropping spirit guardians everywhere and ruining my night. But you know what? Hey, that's how it goes.
It was beautiful.
In the Forge, they fought a big fire elemental. They encountered Lord Thrax, who summoned a fire elemental and a bunch of fire geists. They survived that fight and discovered an ancient dwarven smithing kit, which the Forge cleric Corin then used, containing an enchanted light hammer and a magic whetstone. After that, they proceeded to the next wing and fought a rather petulant wizard who then sicked his homies on them, and then after that failed, he sicked a bunch of undead dragons, which Rival then summoned giant owls to counter, which was pretty rad. So we had some aerial combat going on. After which, a bone golem then broke out of a statue and attacked the party. And even after all of that, they survived and moved on to the final chamber and their date with Lord Thrax, their dragonborn adversary, who then sicked his mount, his young black dragon, onto the party. After getting wounded a bit, but eventually taking out the dragon, Thrax himself had seen enough and assailed the party. After which, the combatants then whittled him down little by little. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, this will be a nice little welcome back surprise for Donnie. I believe Mortimer got the killing, well, not the killing blow, but the final blow that sent Thrax fleeing from the room. After that, they reconvened with the Dwarven army in the main hall, led by King Bellegarde Stonemantle, who then basically offered them, hey, instead of like all this money that was originally offered to you, what if we just like build you a castle somewhere? Like we'll just like build you a keep. And the party was like, that sounds great. And he said, oh, also swing by my kingdom and we'll stop by my vaults and we'll let you pick something out of the vaults. So that is where we ended with our companions, some of them, most of them, rather beaten and bruised, a couple of them poisoned, and
not
you know,
level 6 yet. An inch away.
not quite level
Right?
6.
An inch
An
away.
inch away. You're
Boys.
1,300 XP away. It's like
Yeah, we
you're a
fight
few
young
bars away.
dragons and shit. Come on.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, for sure.
we'll see.
We'll see. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the recap.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed last week. I thought it was great. It was pretty much all combat, but it was good times. I love fighting in D&D. Okay, so we have just had a good conversation, as you said, with the king. He's offered to build us a castle or keep somewhere, which is amazing. We get a gift from the armory or from his smith or whatever, which is great, which is in a different city. And we're feeling accomplished and a little tired and a little sick from poison and battle weary. But that's where I'm assuming there's like a bunch of people in this room with us, yeah?
Yeah, you could assume that the army is like in here occupying all these buildings, checking to make sure there's no like stragglers. There's just it's full of it's like this whole room is like full of armed forces around.
All right, I walk up and I look at our dwarvish friends and I I say, I'm happy we could help you with this little issue, but maybe we should get out of here and rest, shall we? I'm not feeling very well. And as I say that, I kind of like, I'm like not frothing at the mouth, but I look a little more pale than usual, and like I look a little woozy, and like that poison is maybe now that the adrenaline is starting to wear off, I'm starting to notice that poison, and I'm kind of like ugh. And I sort of bow to the king and then like sort of like rest for a second on the stairs.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll probably just be pacing around the room. Actually, the time we've been in here, by the time like we started this whole mission, has it been a day or how much time has passed?
Probably just like a couple 3 hours maybe.
Probably a few hours, yeah.
That's it.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, remember combat, each round in combat is 6 seconds. So like even long combats generally only take about 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yep.
And then you're right back into it.
Like an
So-
Avengers fight. Like
Oh,
you're
but no,
watching, like,
you guys long rested. You guys long rested in the Smith, so it's actually been over a day.
Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
I'm
at
going
least 10
to-
hours or so.
Yeah, it's been 10, 12 hours, somewhere around there.
I'm gonna go find a quiet place, probably one of these storerooms,
Okay.
and do my little ritual because I don't want to like disrespect their like main hall or anything, and I don't want to cause a scene. So I'll be in one. I'll just be back in one of these storerooms.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay. Word. Okay. Cool, dude.
If you guys are gonna do that and like take a minute to do a ritual and stuff, you guys can have a short rest if you want. I don't mind.
Pogger.
Pogger.
I'll for sure take that.
Take
I
that little short
love
rest.
that I get to double my hit die roll. Gotta love it. But I still maxed it out anyway, so who cares? Cool.
Whoops. I rolled a D110. I want you to think about that. It's a very weirdly shaped dice. It's pretty much a ball at that point. Have you ever seen a real life D100?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, they're
almost
super
spherical.
Yeah,
Fucking
those
neat.
D100s are real cool.
Yeah.
D100 needs to be the name of a band or like a group, or like a company.
Oh, I didn't add his con modifier to that.
Naughty, naughty.
It is. I need to bust out this guy's fucking sheet.
Yeah, bust
No.
it.
Bus it.
That's that.
+4. Okay, so I need to add 8 more to that.
Nice. Is he healing up?
Yeah, he was really almost dead, so he's not even going to be close to full, but, he'll get a long rest soon enough.
True.
I think your poison stays until you take a long rest, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure we're still poisoned. Yeah. What is this poison doing to us as we're like sitting around?
So I'll answer that mechanically first. What
Sure.
poison does mechanically is you have disadvantage on attack and abilities. Attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
It could be anything from being nauseous to being like sweaty and feverish. You just feel sick.
So basically, every time I eat
Yeah.
a meal in real life, like how I feel after,
Yeah, sure.
just like hunched over, sweaty, feeling sick,
The meat sweats.
ashamed,
Yeah.
a lot of shame.
Shame. All right.
Okay, dead room, got it. Okay, bunch of fucking clean eaters in here. Shit,
Yeah, dude, it's all vegans in your chat now.
apparently.
So, all right. So, yeah. So you just basically feel unwell. You can have that manifest however you think it manifests, but yeah. So I just think it's more like you guys are feverish and achy and tired, like the effects of a flu, pretty much.
Got it. Okay,
And yeah.
copy that. Okay, anyone else on RP? Donnie, you were gone for like a full session. You want to say anything? Talk to these guys. You didn't really converse
Yes.
with these guys at all.
I think I'm a little out of the loop, so I think Morty's like an awkward guy, so he's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, do you want to give like a little bit of background sticks to old Morty here, or maybe do some RP?
For what?
Just because he doesn't really know what the hell happened.
No, I do.
Oh, you do know.
No, I briefed him.
Oh, okay.
He is up to date.
Got it.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Corn will look at his father and just father, I think that we could use some real rest before we move towards Barinhold.
Yes, very well. I suppose you have heard that at the very least. Well, be that as it may, we shall set up camp here in the main hall, stay sheltered for the evening, and I guess we'll move out tomorrow.
As you wish.
Yeah, whenever I hear him say that, I sort of like sit there a little relieved, like, okay, good.
I'd say like my ritual's done. Doesn't take me too long. I'll just walk back in here. So do I just see like Nevern? You're just kind of like hard resting on the stairs there.
Not hard. I'm just like kind of like sitting down, like just relaxing because I'm feeling sick from this poison. So I'm just kind of like catching my breath and feeling a little wobbly, I guess you could say.
I'll just look at the group here and just so what's the plan? What are we doing next?
Well, I believe we're spending the night.
So that I could use a nice break if the king will have us.
Yeah, this is where we're staying, right? Inside here.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
No, nothing for me. Let's wake up, boys. Come on, boys.
Okay. All right,
I'm
so
out here RPing, all right.
European.
I'm
I
sitting
am
out here
R. He is the king of our penis right now.
Oh,
I am the king of
Oh.
penises, apparently. I mean, that's
Evidently. So with that being said, yeah, you guys can settle down unless you have anything you want to do for the evening before you go to sleep. We can just pass the rest of the day recovering from battle and licking your wounds. So everybody can take a long rest and get healed to full.
No.
And remove your status effects.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Love that for us.
Good.
I feel
And during the course of the night, Soma turns into a werebear and kills everybody.
No.
End of the session.
He's
Sorry.
the
GG. It was
No.
fun.
Well, enjoy your DMing break streaks. I guess we're all coming back with new characters, not next week, but the week after.
Can you imagine that though? Everyone's sleeping and a little bit of moonlight comes through, and I just turn into a bear and just like start eating someone in their sleep.
Well, werebears are neutral good, so they
That's
try
true.
not to bite people.
That's true.
According to the fucking manual.
Well,
I
not.
don't
What
make
if I
this up.
rip off a limb and then eat the limb? I'm not biting anyone at that point. I'm just like taking delicious bits off.
That's biting someone.
Nah,
I'm
I mean,
calling,
if I
I'm
take
calling
my
bullshit
paws
right now. Objection,
and I
Your Honor.
slap the arm off of someone, then
What
I
in the
pick up
chaotic
said
evil?
arm and eat said arm. I didn't bite the guy. I slapped his arm off and then had a
Are
delicious
you crazed right
armsicle.
now? What is going on?
Oh my
dude?
God.
Yeah,
You
wanna-
have a
wanna
weapon
keep
in
his
bear
leg?
form,
What's
right?
happening to
Other
me?
leg?
No, I'm not
Okay,
crazy.
all right.
Let's get out of this fever dream
right.
before I become a murderer.
Okay, your fever passes, Soma. It breaks.
Oh.
You stop thinking about bears trying to eat people's arms.
Hmm.
And
Legs work.
yeah. So after that, I think we can just transition to the map and explain what's going down here because you're not staying in this keep for very much longer. What happens over the course of the next day is packing up and breaking down the siege camp when you guys are all rested up here in Cragmore Delve. After such a time of doing that, you guys start in a massive caravan down the road toward the Varenhold up in the north. The caravan ride takes place over probably 2 or 3 days. 3 days, I think, since you're on roads. And at first starts in the hillish countryside with sort of like wind-blasted hills, a lot of exposed rock, withered trees, some shrubbery and stuff like that, and then gives way into a fertile river valley that is like full of trees and lush, rich vegetation. As the road bends north, you like basically, I don't know, 3/4 of your horizon is surrounded by mountains, tall, enclosing mountains, and the scenery stays pretty much the same for a long time while you're in this valley. It's the river to your right, the tall hills far in the distance on the left, and even larger on your left, looming larger, are the encircling mountains that surround you at every point.
I can see it in my
And,
head. Whoa.
Rad, bro.
I guess.
Hold on
Yeah.
now. I don't think he's done yet.
Honestly, I'm just gonna be taking all this in, like it's like a RP.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, rad. You can interrupt me for the RPs anytime you guys want. I don't care. I'm just describing crap.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like we're walking and like
Yeah.
I'm kind of like awestruck. I haven't probably seen terrain like this. I'm just like looking around, like this is all brand new to me. So I'm definitely very intrigued.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably actually go up to Neverin to talk to him.
Okay.
Neverin, seems that you guys have set yourselves against some things that are trying to unmake the world, and I think the Soul Forger would like me to accompany you. Would you be okay with that?
Well, the reason why I left Eldamar was because I heard of a potential job to root out some Dragonborn, something that my father and people fought against a long time ago. That's why I left Eldamar. One of the reasons, anyway. So yes, I have chosen to delve into something greater than myself, and to take on these Dragonkin. Did I need to? No. I suppose I needed some excitement in my life, and a reason for being after I left Eldamar. That being said, what was the original question? Sorry. You asked me a question.
Can I join you?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
okay.
asking if you can just join.
Is it
that's
cool
it.
if I come along?
No,
We
you
hang out.
brought something else up. You said, the soul.
Oh, I
Forger,
said,
sorry.
I said that I said that you guys have set yourselves against things that wish to unmake
Exactly.
the world.
Yeah, the soul
And
forger thing
the
is
Soul
a-
Forger
Soul
is
Forger.
that's the name of Moradin. It's one of the names of Moradin.
Okay, I was just about to say, something with the name of Soul Forger sounds valuable in this quest, though. Who or what is the Soul Forger?
He's what we call the Allfather, Moradin, god of the dwarves.
Interesting. Whenever you bring up gods, I kind of like cock an eyebrow, and I'm respectful about it, and I say, I don't know much about the gods. Less so than most elves, but fair enough. Of course we'll use your help. You were valuable in Cragmore Delve.
Thank you. Honor to accompany you all.
And then I say, how did you become a prisoner? If you don't mind me asking.
The forge at Cragmore is a holy site, so us forge clerics went there in force. We got scattered, and I was taken prisoner. Unfortunately, I know only a couple others survived, but that's at least there's that.
Did they know you were royalty?
Uh, it's weird. I guess for people that are not dwarves, generally, if you have over 2 children, one of them is given to the church of Moradin to become a craftsman or a priest. I'm the 4th son. Well, the 3rd son, 4th overall of my family. So I've been given over to the church. I have no claim whatsoever on the royal line.
Whenever he says that, I kind of laugh, and I say, what is your blood? What is your last name? Or I guess they wouldn't say last name. What is your surname? What is your blood? And I ask him that. Or ask you
It's
that.
still Stone Mantle, but then
You
people
have
do respect
nothing
it.
to worry about. If they knew you were royalty, they would have used it against you. They don't care about your church or affiliation. You are a valuable person. Dwarf, excuse me. And had they known, you might be missing your head right now.
That's a fair observation.
Do keep it down as we're adventuring, will you? Unless it can prove to be valuable, depending on who we're taking court with.
I can not offer up the information.
And I kind of laugh at that, and I say, that's probably best. And then, what are we riding on horseback right now? I'm assuming.
Well, you're like in carts and wagons and stuff. It's a caravan.
Oh, okay. And we're all in like the same one, or?
Yeah, you guys are like riding together, basically.
Got it. Okay, that's fine.
Did we get our horses from the?
Yes, they're
City, yeah.
probably the ones pulling the cart.
Okay.
Good horses. Good.
Yeah.
Good boys and girls. Good. Anyway, okay.
Equinox.
Other people got
So,
RP.
yeah.
Other people got RP too. I can't be the only one. Fuck that.
Yeah, good horses.
Oh my god.
Pet the horse with my left hand.
Oh, ooh.
Caress it slowly. Bristles of fur fall down.
This
Yeah,
stream
yeah, I mean,
is
this-
getting creepy, but I like it. Hold on, I'm not done
Turned
yet.
into My Little Pony for a second.
Oh
there.
no, creepy.
But there's really not much for me to say. I'm just kind of taking everything in and appreciating the fresh air since we've been in the dungeon for several hours. It's taking in the scenery, kicking back. And,
We've been riding for a couple days at this point.
Yeah,
Like we're all the way.
Now we're
over
heading.
here.
We're heading to Theronhold, right?
Yeah, so
Yep.
we've already done this whole. If you're looking at my stream,
Or
looking
Varnhold,
at the
sorry.
map, we're like right here right now. We're like almost.
Yeah, you
there.
guys are on approach. You guys are like
Yes.
maybe another day out. It's been a couple days on the road.
Yep.
But our land is over by Dragonstone? Yes, Dragonstone, right?
Dragonfall.
Dragonfall.
We haven't actually seen our land before.
Yeah, but
Correct.
so they're gonna build it over by Dragonfall, right?
Yeah, we were
Okay.
thinking.
We'll do
somewhere
like an
here-ish, but we'll-
off-stream build out of what that looks like. We won't do it
Oh,
like,
yeah.
on stream in the game. We'll just have like a little session and pick a spot and in game we'll just say, yeah, the dwarves went down to where the king of Dragonfall said our land was, and they're starting to build it. And we'll just brush past it, so we don't have to bore viewers with it. Because
Sounds good.
that'll take a little bit of time. Like
Yeah,
sometime
once
next
it's like
week.
further along, we can talk more in depth about the keep, but we will keep the beginning stuff that's not super exciting off camera.
Sweet.
Well, not super exciting to watch, I should say. It's super exciting to be part of if you're in the game, but you know.
We
Yeah.
get it. We get it.
Cool. And we're just heading up to party with the dwarves and get our loot. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hell yeah.
We're off to see what we're losing.
All right.
Yeah, and I have a little mini game too. We're gonna get into that. Speaking of partying with dwarves,
Fuck
Alan,
yeah.
Alan and Horak in chat know about my carousing sessions that lead to fucked up situations.
I love it. I love
But
it.
it's a good time. In any case, the final day of your journey sees you following the road that follows the river straight to the Varenhold, the old dwarven road that heads north. And as you approach the Varenhold, this single mountain with giant snow-capped mountains behind it looms large in the forefront, and the road then starts winding up the switchback hills up to the top, where you see a cliff that has a huge gap to it leading to the entrance of the Varenhold with a thin bridge going across. And this, takes a while to file through because you can only do maybe 2 carts side by side on this bridge at the same time. And it's a thin, narrow bridge across a gap that leads to the entrance of the Varenhold. The Varenhold entrance has 2 giant, probably since we're in D&D mithril, whatever. Those are the gates. The gates are made out of that. They have like 2 faces carved into them, reminiscent of the dwarves. And off to the side, large pillars reaching from the ground all the way to the top of the carved out mouth of the entrance. There are torches and braziers lining the whole thing. But other than this entrance, it is not, you can't really see anything else of the fortress, just the gate and the bridge. And as you guys approach, I think Varen looks over and he's like, good. It's good to be home.
Yes, indeed.
Have any of you been this far north? And then he looks over at Corn and says, "You don't count."
I was gonna say once or twice.
I say, never this far north, no. I mean, I've only been out of Eldamar for a month or 2. This is all new to me. And I'm sort of like wide-eyed as I look at the mithril doors.
Yeah.
And I can't, hopefully they're perceptive enough to notice me sort of oogling the doors, and I can't believe such precious metal can be used for doors. It must be like, that abundant. And I'm just kind of like shocked.
Yeah. Well, mithril in D&D is a little more common than it is in Lord of the Rings, but it definitely isn't a metal you see every day. That's for sure.
Especially not enough to like build fucking doors to a
A
city.
mithril door is insane.
That's
Yeah.
Hey man, they did it in Minas Tirith at the end of Lord of the Rings.
They
okay?
do,
It was in the
but
books.
like giant mithril doors to the entrance of a city, that's impressive.
Yeah. No, it is. It's definitely impressive. That's the point. It's supposed to be gaudy.
I'm probably
yeah.
fucking like, damn, this is a wealthy ass city.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, at that point, Varen looks over his shoulder, looks back at you, and he's well, I hope you're ready to feast and drink. There will be quite a celebration, I would imagine.
Ah, well, I love a good feast. What do the dwarves like to partake in? Food-wise, like feast-wise.
Well, there's always roast goat, pigs. What else?
I'm like,
That's
is there
pretty
any
much it.
greens? No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna ask.
What kind of vegetables
Yeah,
do
man.
you guys
There's like
eat?
cave moss
Hell yeah.
Fungus.
I'll ask him.
and root vegetables.
Yeah,
I
it's
imagine
like
it's a lot
beets
of
and
like
pork.
turnips and onions and shit.
Dude, honestly,
Uh,
that's not turnips, onions, some pork,
Carrots.
some like good spices. That sounds fucking good, kind of.
Oh yeah. Anything you can grow that doesn't need a lot of light. You know.
Exactly, exactly. Some mushrooms, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just ask him. Would you mind if I partake in and sample your finest
Come on.
whiskeys?
I don't see why not. You'll probably get to have whatever you like after this whole endeavor.
I'll give him like a little bow, like courtesy bow.
I look at him and I say, "Do you feast strangers often? I can imagine you have elves or humans or non-dwarves feasting in your halls very often.
Oh, we do more
unless
than
they're
you.
royalty, of course.
We do. Traders from Dragonfall during the holidays. Yes, of course.
And I say, when was the last time an elf was in Barenhold?
He kind of like scratches his head and like, cocks an eyebrow, and then he looks over at Corin and he's like, I don't know. You probably know the histories better than me. What would you say, a few thousand years ago?
Probably when we were allied with them against the dragons.
Yes. Yes, that sounds about right. Rumor has it that wherever their secret hidden fortress is, that the dwarves helped build it.
Well, I'm honored to be the first elf in a few thousand years. Of course I am. And Nevern kind of has like this weird cocky laugh as he says that. And it's kind of, maybe it seems a little weird, but that's Nevern.
I'll kind of look over you and say, why do you get to be the first?
And I look over at him and I say, "Oh, you're still here. I thought you were slinking about in the shadows."
I'll chuckle and be like, you would like me to slither off, wouldn't you?
I never said that. You're handy, and you're not as dangerous as I originally thought.
I'll be like, how about let's strike a deal. How about we say we're both the first elves in Baron?
When he says that, I laugh and just keep walking ahead.
I mean,
I'm gonna
crazed. You're definitely the first Shatter guy in the Barenhold
Yeah.
ever.
Ever.
Probably.
Yeah.
Can I sprint ahead to like cement myself as the first elf, like officially?
Yes, like you're not though. Like, you guys, there have probably been like dignitaries and ambassadors that have come up here and have like done stuff, but like
I thought I
you're
was ending
probably
it
the
when I said I'm
first.
laughing and walking ahead. I didn't know. I didn't think
Okay.
you'd sprint ahead. Actually, like that takes
Got
it to
him.
the next level. Yeah.
It's like it's fucking crazed, bro. He's always gonna do that.
Should have known that. Yeah, you're right. Crazy, like, oh.
Crazed, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
I'm gonna like look over at Nevern and like jokingly like jog ahead.
Yeah, because that's super in character for what your super moody.
Hey, he's been like
goth
the
dwarf.
most. He's been the most like neutral good out of all of you. Surprise, surprise, chaotic good.
Kinda. I mean,
I'll
we're
let that
3
for you.
sessions in with him.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything mean or weird. He's weird, no, yes, but mean, no,
Please tell me you have a map of the Dwarven City for us to look at.
not yet. I am still
Aw.
developing it because underground cities are hard to do. So
Okay,
I don't have one, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, chat.
it's okay.
Cities are hard.
No, it's okay. Let me grab another old fashioned as we're walking in.
Yeah,
Take like a quick
absolutely.
little piss break. We're about an hour in. A little piss break.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, everyone
Need to get
take
some water.
take two or three. I'll be right back. Let me just get this
Okay.
this cocktail. Crazed, why don't you regale the stream with some background on your character, or maybe RP with Donnie or something. I'll be right back.
I mean, what we want to do.
God, I want you kids to RP nice. I don't want to come home to a broken house.
Oh yes, back in my day.
I don't know. I'll talk about the background. So if anyone doesn't know about the Shatterkai, they're gothic emo elves. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And yeah, so my dude has seen some fucked up shit in his life, and I don't how much I want to spoil. None. All right, yeah. Basically, my dude's seen some like fucked up shit. You'll find out what that stuff is in the later episodes. So hit the follow button to find out. Hint, hint.
Like and subscribe for more weekly D&D content.
That no, so basically Shatterkai are like elves that have been like essentially had their souls cursed because they live in Shadowfell. This picture like an elf version of the goth kids from South Park, and that's basically a Shatterkai. In previous versions of D&D, they use like a bunch of like chain whips and stuff that were super cool, but I'm using psionic daggers that I can throw into people's minds.
Crazy.
And, yeah, it's actually sick. There's later on I can specifically target people's heads and do extra damage.
Huh.
It's like a class feature. It's like a whole nother attack or some shit. But
Wow.
yeah, Shatterkai, they follow the Raven Queen, and man, I need to read more up on the Raven Queen. But basically,
Alan knows all about that shit.
Yeah, I think the TLDR.
His other character in my other game is like a fucking Raven Queen cultist as well. So
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's
a
like-
paladin warlock of the Raven Queen.
yeah, that's his
Nice.
patron.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Yeah, so it's like my character isn't like religious necessarily. Like he.
I just do a ritual every day. No, I'm
Well,
just kidding.
well, the ritual isn't for the Raven Queen, so it's
okay.
Shatterkai like have to do this like weird ritual where it's like they like to cause themselves like some level of like pain because it
Of
kind of
course.
it
They're
staves off.
BDSM goth sluts. I know what they
Yeah,
are.
basically they're pain sluts, but the idea is that they have to, like, in order to fight off this like curse from Shadowfell that's like eating at their soul, the
Yeah.
pain like reminds them, hey, I'm alive, blah blah blah. And there's like ways to break the curse and whatnot, and my character will eventually get into all that.
Nice.
But
Rad.
but yeah, if anyone, I've said this before, if anyone wants to know what the ritual is that I do, basically my guy finds like a secluded spot, and I have to do this once a day. But like if I take like one of the, like a little pocket knife and kind of just like slice my hand enough to draw some blood, and then make like a little raven head with the blood, and then I like recite a poem to the Raven Queen, and that is my ritual that keeps the curse away.
That is absolutely terrifying. Just by the way.
What's up, boys? Sorry about that. Had to talk to the girlfriend for a minute.
What's gonna happen
Girlfriend
if a city
aggro,
guard
dudes.
walks up on you?
Girlfriend aggro.
One, a city guard wouldn't find me doing the ritual.
True.
And it's I purposely like I know how like weird it is. So like I know like if Nevrin saw this shit, which he has, like I know he knows it's weird as fuck. So out of like respect and like general courtesy for the party, like I purposely like go and hide, do my little ritual, and then come back.
When you
So it's
jack
like
off
not the
with blood as lube. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like you go to the bathroom for 15 minutes. Yeah, we know. It's okay. It's cool, dude.
I need some me time for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
It's not even-
every morning like clockwork. Okay, we get it. You're on a schedule. All right, get the demon out. All right, boys, let's do it. Let's do it. Sorry about that.
All right. So upon entry through the mithril gates, basically, the way I envision this city is kind of a combo of Orzammar from Dragon Age meets like kind of Mines of Moria. So like tall pillars, grand halls, lots of people walking around, shopkeepers, vendors when you first come in. This is like the main hub, right? When you come in, it's kind of similar to Cragmore Delve, but it's just on such a larger scale. Like Cragmore, you can't see the roof here. It's just blackness.
It's
as
that
you
tall?
gaze up. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
Nuts.
huge. It's like a hollowed out mountain. And
That's so cool.
Yeah, and there's just like pillars that reach up super tall. You know, and also part of the reason you can't see the roof is because it's dark. Like it's not like
It's
super well
very
lit.
dark.
You can see as high as the torches go, and that's part of the reason you can't see the roof. Now, if Crazed were to or Soma were to shoot an arrow, would they hear it hit a roof? Maybe. I'll leave it as a mystery. But anyway, you know, I don't want to give you any wacky ideas, but anyway, it's a tall roof, and the buildings around are kind of you know, just kind of organically coming out of the rock walls. There are streets and avenues kind of built into it, and in the center of town there is a large pillar that has a statue kind of on all sides of it. So like the statues are surrounding the pillar and the pillar's in the middle. And the statues are they look different on each side. And yeah, if you want to ask about that, I think Varin can tell you like what's going on with that. Other things of note before I let you just kind of go. They're the kind of the layout of the place is similar to Cragmore, where there's different like paths that lead to different sections of the city. So there definitely is like a temple district that leads off from a path. There's another district which is more focused on forging and crafting, kind of like the other place. And then there is a great hall or a royal district, like a noble district off to the side. And then there's like the commons where most people live, and where you can find lodging, pretty much there as well. I think you guys though, because you're kind of like coming back from this heroic kind of thing, you'll probably be given housing in the noble district, probably in like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like not the army barracks or anything like that, but kind of like a nice hotel equivalent. You'd kind of be put up there.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So
definitely.
I guess maybe we're just directed to the lodging to figure
Yeah,
stuff out. Or?
exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys will be directed to the lodging. Varin's gonna like drop you off there, and you know, he'll say, well, for the next couple of days, rest and relax. We'll be having festivals every day for the weekend to celebrate the great victory and securing Cragmore. After that, we can secure you passage back to your home, Dragonfall.
Very well. Thank you very much for the fine lodging. And I'm assuming we're like looking at the building from the outside, and he's like in the street or whatever.
Yeah. It's like it's a large stone building. It is probably like 3 stories tall. It's rectangular in shape with balconies surrounding each end, and they're kind of partitioned off, like so that each room kind of has its own balcony, kind of thing. And from the entrance, like as soon as you walk in, it's kind of like hustling and bustling. People are already celebrating. Word's already gotten around town that, you know, the army's back. They were victorious. Everyone's kind of freaking out and having a good time. There's like kegs of beer. There's whiskey everywhere. There's wine that's been like shipped up from the human lands. There's, you know, all sorts of stuff. There's like fucking what are they called? Like there's like Goliath moonshine hanging around, you know, like they make and ship across the sea. You know,
Do we hear word of like a
all sorts of
scheduled
stuff.
speech or anything like that?
A scheduled speech there isn't one really. There's just like it's a weekend of everybody. Nobody has to work. Like it's just like party weekend.
Okay, so the king's
to
not
celebrate the
gonna
army
be
coming
like,
back.
hey, look what happened. This is what happened. Everybody, enjoy yourself. Nothing like that.
No, fuck that. He doesn't do that. Not this king. Another king might, but
Yeah, for
he's-
sure. This king
my
doesn't give a
kind of
shit.
king.
Yeah.
No,
this
it's
king's
just it's not that he doesn't give a shit. It's more like
He's got other shit
never
to
been. He's not a verbose megalomaniac kind of dude, like, or just like charismatic, I should say. He's not a verbose charismatic guy. He's just like, yep, if the army comes back, we won, and you know, like, we won, so you know the rules. Like,
Party time.
Yeah, crack open the kegs, you know, and
Yeah.
just like let it go, let it rip.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing. He may have given a small word when the army first returned, like before you guys even set foot in the city. But he's not gonna like get up on a podium and, you know, do all this kind of thing. He's not that kind of dude.
And is anything mentioned about the smith or the armory or anything like that?
Not yet. I think Varin may have said something along the lines of like, you know, once you guys are ready to leave, we'll speak again and talk about the plans for
okay.
your reward.
Yeah, great,
Yeah.
great. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll walk into the... Oh, I guess I'll give a bow and thank him. And then I'll walk in and check out what the digs are.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, so I guess like there's no scheduled speech. I mean, I'm just gonna start sampling whiskey, women, and men.
Very nice. Just getting wild.
Or do you like want to thank him or talk to him, or are you just gonna like immediately
Nope.
leave and go horny?
I just fucking quietly go on my way.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Very
I'm gonna
renowned.
thank Varen for the great adventure, even though he's a mountain dwarf.
Yeah, he'll chuckle and say, "You're not so bad for the hill folk yourself." But yes. Just enjoy yourself. Don't think too much on it. We'll get you sorted out before you leave for Dragonfall.
Just gonna say to him, you're gonna leave without having a drink with us?
Unfortunately, yes. Father wants me to take a look at some things. He says it will help me whenever I'm the king, or something like that.
All right, well, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see. And then he turns around and departs with like a bunch of guards flanking him. Disappears from sight down the road. And yeah, there's an inn in there with some people carousing around, and I think that's a good segue. Crazed, it's time for you to carouse, okay? We're gonna see what the consequences of your carousing.
I mean,
Last time one of my players did this carousing check, he ended up having a noble try and marry off his daughter to him.
Ooh.
Now she just shows up
let
all the
me
time. And
Slurp that up, please.
Oh my
no,
God.
but it was not good. Trust me. Anyway,
Stage 5 clinger in D&D.
exactly. And like anytime you guys are like, anytime they're in an inn, like he'll hear like the jingle of her jewelry and be like, "Hide me! I'm not here! I'm not here!" And just go run in the room.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
great.
Runan is definitely not the type of dude to like have a committed relationship. I am like,
Yeah, exactly.
he's
You can just
into
go to the
committed
whorehouse. It's
acquaintance.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a
Well,
pump and
here's the
dump.
deal. Let's talk about carousing first of all.
Ooh.
When you're carousing,
Spicy.
it depends who you want to carouse with, because it costs money to carouse. Because
What if
you're
you want to
paying bar
flirt?
tabs.
What
or-
if you want to flirt with someone without spending money? What if you want to flirt with a royal?
Well, first of all, like, you know, you'd have to identify them as a royal. You'd have to know they're a royal. Second of all,
Yeah, let's say
You
you
know.
did. Yeah.
I mean, I'm into it.
it's
It's okay. You can
charisma
flirt with
checks
me.
and shit, like persuasion checks and whatnot. You know.
I'm okay, charisma, but yeah, I'm not trying to chat up royals.
Yeah. But anyway, the way I have carousing is you pay the fee to hang out with the class of people you want to, right? And then there's a resolution. So you carouse for, we'll say, the couple of days that you're here, and then you can either make contacts in the city, which we can then pocket for later, or some complication happens. Yeah, that's how it goes.
So should I describe exactly like what I want to do, like in order, or how does this work?
First of all, tell me, are you carousing with the lower class, the middle class, or staying here with the upper class?
I would probably feel I'm not gonna go like slum it out. I would probably like search for some like modest middle class people.
Okay.
Just like specifically for like getting the freak on.
Sure.
But I do want to make some trips to visit the criminal element. I want to leave a message for other Shatterkai that may venture in here. I think can we just say can we just retcon it and say like we know where the land is, and then I'll just tell them like, hey,
Yes,
hang
of
out around
course.
here. All right.
Yeah, that's fine. You know where your land grant is, even if you know.
Yeah, I just want to say like, hey, we're doing a thing here. Like we're getting a land grant here. Feel free to like chill out there and just stay hidden.
I love that Craze, the guy we barely know, is like just going to invite his entire dark elf gang to our land that we earned. That he is just getting, you know. First of all, he had no idea what this was.
Hey man, it's D&D, man. As soon as the new party's in the group, it's implicit trust, no matter what.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, you won't know. To be fair, you won't know they're there, and I'm not like. And to be clear, I'm not telling.
He's sneaking his girlfriend in the bathroom window.
Yeah. No, basically, like what I like, just so you know, like, what I'm telling them to do is like stay in the area so we can make contact. It's like the intent. So I would tell them like where the land grant is, and it's like maybe if they don't, maybe not tell them to camp out on the land, but say like, hey, stay in the area so I can make contact.
Word. Okay.
Then yeah. So after that, after carousing with some nice middle class.
So no. Whoa, stop. Slow down.
Stick says nah.
It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you some money to carouse. It's gonna cost you not that much because you're only carousing for 2 days. So it's gonna cost you like, let's do the math here. Probably like 20 gold for the 2 days.
I'd pay that, sure.
Okay, now I need you to roll me a persuasion check.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Sick.
I accidentally fucking clicked off.
Oh no.
What did you roll, Crazed?
A 5.
I won't be able to see. A 5. Okay, great. Go ahead and roll me a D10, please.
Oh no.
No, dude, you're not with him for 2 days constantly.
I know.
That's bullshit. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a D10.
6.
Oh wait, you did this with the middle class. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
That was almost hilarious.
Uh-oh.
You know what it is for the low class on a 6? Surprise, you're married.
Oh no.
No. You said middle class specifically, so here we go.
They've done some evil ass shit to get rid of their.
You've been recruited to help run a local festival, play, or similar event.
Hey, you know what?
Oh my God.
You're a party planner for the festival, dude.
This actually works out because my character, on my character sheet, he likes to write poems.
There you go. That's perfect. Okay, so over the course of your carousing,
Oh my God.
you don't make any contacts, but you somehow get looped into probably running a poetry contest.
He fucks a hooker and reads a poem, and she's like, "Oh my God, your poetry's amazing. You have to help me with this event." and he's so pussy whipped. He's like, "Fuck it, I'll help you."
Runon's been meaning to slam poetry, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Anyway,
no. You're like this like moody, dark, artsy guy.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Yeah.
He's the emo goth kid, and now he's gonna
Artsy
help the it's probably the talent pageant at the fucking
He'll be the
festival.
producer behind the scenes writing shit. I love it. That's hilarious.
I basically, if like, dude, I have your job in D&D, dude.
Kinda,
in
a way. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's crazy carousing for you.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I love it.
That's pretty good. Oh man. All right.
Thing, real fast.
Yeah.
I was just
what's
gonna,
up?
Since I didn't make any contacts, can I just leave a note on a message board, like basically saying the same thing?
Yeah. Sure.
Right. Yep. And then I'll just do that. Like hang out. Yeah, it says hang out near this spot. Wait for me to.
Yeah. So you're kind of just like for the course of this weekend, you like spent one night like really carousing. You thought you made a good contact, but really they just wanted you to help them organize this thing at a festival, and you were so drunk or something that you're just like, yup, I'm in. That sounds pretty
Nice.
cool, man. And then and that's what you spend the rest of your time doing here, is like setting up this festival thing and just like, you know, that's it. So Runan is roped into organizing some shit for a dwarven festival, which is pretty rad.
That's great.
That's
Jesus.
awesome. Does anybody else have anything they want to do?
Yeah, I wanted to take my equipment somewhere just to get it looked over and fixed up, if need be. Maybe some mending on my gear.
Yeah, sure.
You're just gonna pass the forge cleric
Oh,
dwarf right next to you.
Who can
Come on.
literally just be like, "Yo, give me an hour with that."
actually, yeah. I ask you, where can I take my equipment to have it looked over and mended? I want to make sure it's in tip-top condition before we leave.
I mean, I could just, fix it up for you.
Very well. What is the cost of your services?
Whatever it costs me to fix it, like if I need materials, you don't have to pay me to do it.
Very well. And then I sort of just like take off my armor and I put my blade down and my bow down, and I mean I don't get naked in front of the guy and bend over. I mean I just take my gear off, you know.
You don't do the bend over, pull apart.
I'm like,
Okay.
all right, take a look, Doc. What are you seeing there?
So I'm just gonna cast mending on like everything that's non-magical.
I was waiting for Alan to do that, where you're like, "How would I go about fixing my gear?" And then Alan's like, "I cast mending. Your gear is fixed."
I specifically
Yeah, I
wait
don't know
for
his
him to take it all
capabilities.
off though, because I'm creepy.
Yeah, I don't know the capabilities, right? I
I
just
know.
met this guy.
I just
Yeah.
thought it was like a funny D&D thought to me. But yeah, so I mean, you're wearing studded leather. You're using,
A
the sword.
longbow.
The sword, I don't know, because I don't know if they have the materials here to make.
Yeah, what
Have a
kind of
sword.
metal is it? I mean, the Revenant double-bladed scimitar. What kind of metal? And
I think
what's
it's
it
like
made
some
of?
sort of like elven forge technique. I don't think it's the metal that's the problem. I think it's the know-how that's the problem.
Just how it's made. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it requires an elven touch. So that may be something
Is
you
it
have
in
to
like
look
tip-top
into.
condition right now?
Yeah, right now you don't notice anything messed up about it. Remember, this is a magical blade, so and while it is elven in nature and repairing it may not be a thing that can happen, it definitely can be modified by other people. So I just want to put that out there. You don't have to. It's not like every time you want to like get your shit taken care of, you have to go all the way back to the Elden Lands to do it, because that would be
Right. A long walk. Yeah.
it's a long walk.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I watch you do this, and I kind of just nod and approve. I'm like, thank you very much, Your Majesty. Very not just royal, but helpful at that. And I give him a smile, like I'm just kind of like teasing, and I kind of put everything else. Well, actually, I mean, we're staying here a couple days. Maybe I just wear my normal clothes and I just leave my gear in the room.
Okay, though, I'd probably hold on to Revenant Blade for like a little while, like kind of looking it over, like interested in it because it's something I've never seen before.
Yeah. Let me pull up a picture of it on stream just for chat, and for you actually too, if you haven't seen it yet. I think you have, obviously, in like past.
I've watched every
Episodes,
episode, so
Whoa.
Fuck yeah! You're like the
It's like I've
only
even seen the director's edition.
the only
You're like
one
the only person who's done that.
the
in
only
the
one that's
entire group.
watched. I mean, I've watched every video, but
I've played every video. No.
no, I don't think anyone else has watched it except probably me and you, dude. So cool. Anyway, this is the blade. That's what it looks like. It's pretty awesome.
they'll probably be like, that metal is interesting. I never seen its like.
How long do you guys imagine this would be? I'd imagine it's like
Imagine it's
almost.
as tall as you.
Yeah,
Like,
I was-
swords are usually like hip height.
Yeah, I was
A
gonna
lot of
say
them.
it's like 6 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, probably
my
somewhere
guess.
6 to 8 feet would be my guess.
Yeah, like
6
six
feet
to
tall?
6 to 7 feet, with the hilt being like a foot and a half or something.
Because
like
each
that.
blade would be what, like 3 feet?
Like a longsword
Yeah.
size
Something like
each
that.
blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scimitars.
Yep, long ass scimitars. Yep,
Yeah, and the hilt's probably, yeah, what someone said, 1.5 feet.
and it's
Yep.
it's it's not super fucking heavy. I mean, obviously it is 2-hand. Yeah, but yeah, it's fucking big, and I'm like twirling it around.
4
and
feet would
shit.
be way too short. 4 feet would be
Yeah.
like if it was one-handed with 2 blades or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
then
like
maybe.
twirling this thing around with 2 hands. Like I'm like doing
It's
crazy
a
shit.
double-bladed lightsaber, guys.
Exactly. It's like it's a double-bladed lightsaber, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Especially when
Well, yeah.
the light cantrip is on it. Anyway. Yeah. Awesome. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, I sort of just watch him sort of look it over, and I don't mind that he's studying the blade. I stand there.
Okay.
I hand
Sweet.
it back. I'm just, it's very interesting. I've never seen metal like that before.
Yes, it was my father's. It's been in my family for, well, I don't really know how long. Tens of thousands of years, probably. He lost it, actually. A long time ago, before I was born. I just found it recently. I quite like it, and then I sort of find like a... Just to like... I kind of take it from him gently, and I... sort of show that I'm going to give him a demonstration. I find like the biggest clearing in the room. I just sort of like twirl it around and slash at the air and sort of show him how it can be utilized. And then I set it back down on the table next to my armor and my belt and boot or whatever it is, my bow and stuff like that.
You just like do some kata in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I just
What's
he's
up?
obviously like interested in the
Right.
weapons, so I'm okay.
Right.
This is what it looks like. This is how you do it. This is how you use it.
I'm a level 6 grammaton cleric.
It's
Gun
pretty
powder.
awesome. Look at me do my baton twirling.
Yeah, man.
In a way, kind
God
of.
damn. Equilibrium reference for those of you who don't know what that is. Anyway, 2001, great year for movies. Or was that 99? It was 99 because
Yeah, I think it didn't like. Do
one
that
of
at
the
theaters, though,
one
right?
of the
I thought it was right before
no,
Matrix.
because the Matrix came
Right-
out the
Yeah.
same year.
It was right before
So-
Matrix, right?
Correct.
That-
so,
yeah,
but they came out
exactly.
in the same year. So it was
Exactly. Yep.
like one of the new Star Wars, the prequel trilogies came out that year. I think it was Episode 1. The Matrix came out and Equilibrium came out or something, or it was like Episode 2. So it was a stacked year.
It was
for movies.
episode 1 in '99.
Yeah, but I can't remember if Equilibrium was 2001 or 99.
I
can't
thought it
remember.
was before Matrix. Anyway.
Whatever. It's,
Yeah.
it's the same year. I know that much.
It was before Matrix. I'm almost positive. Good fucking movie.
Oh yeah, that's probably one of my favorite Christian Bale movies. Like,
Yeah, it's quite good.
Period.
Yeah.
So good. All right. Anyway, back to D&D. Sorry for my tangent.
No, it's all good.
So yeah, you guys are, Alan, you're able to repair someone's weapon. You guys have that moment there. And is there anything specifically, Al, like you're in a dwarven city, you're at home for the first time in, I don't know, a while. So is there anything you want to take care of or see if you can do?
Yeah,
Or
I mean, I'd go check in with like the church and stuff like that. But like I'll drink because I'm a dwarf, but I'm not really looking to carouse. I'm not like,
Sure.
I probably
Yeah,
still
you'll
have
take
to-
part in the celebration, but you're not trying to like
Yeah.
do shit. Yeah, I got
If he's partaking in the celebration, I just want to like follow him around.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to go to the church. Like if he goes in there, I'll wait outside. But
Right.
I just want to like see, and I'll like periodically like ask about like cultural stuff and like maybe I say like take me to a few good festive areas of the city. Might as well for this special occasion. I'd like to see how your people party.
I know a couple of good spots.
Yeah, I feel like going out with you is like going out with like a local celebrity. It's probably a good idea. So, and I'm also an elf, so I'm way taller than everyone.
We'll probably try to talk you into going to the church though, so that all of the Reforged clerics can see your weapon.
I agree.
Gonna go show him off.
Look at my cool new friend.
No way. Nevrin
Take a look at this shit.
is kind of just like, sort of like a cocky dick, a little bit. Doubling down there, cocky dick.
A little bit. Just
Cancels
all
each
three
other
of you
out.
24/7.
Listen, it cancels each other out. A cocky dick. No, but like to show off something that's been lost for a long time, that he's just gotten back, and something he's like good with, and like can like show off with, and like shows worth. Like I mean, unfortunately, he's like kind of down, so he agrees. That's sort of how Nevern is so far, anyway. But I mean, he's not. He's not the worst person ever, but yeah, he's super down to show it off.
All right. Cool shit. Donnie, is there anything you want to do during the festival over the next
Yeah,
couple
I
of days?
think I don't think Morty's much of a reveler, but I would be curious to go check out like the libraries and stuff they have here. Learn some
Sure.
secret dwarf magic.
Does the familiar show up? Sorry.
In the dwarf, I mean, technically,
bonks
Donnie
his head
can
on the mithril
summon it
door and
whenever
dies.
he wants.
Yeah, it could just like appear in his arm, like flap and appear in his arm.
You would just have to do the 1 hour ritual or whatever it is, and then you could just like create a new familiar, even if it's the same shape.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe that's
so
why it
for-
hasn't come back yet,
do
'cause
you-
it's stuck in the Feywild or some shit. Oh, sorry. Anyway,
Maybe.
go ahead. Sorry.
All I was gonna say is, if you want to do some research in the library, you can. I have a thing for it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'd like to do that.
Is there a specific subject you want to do, or are you just kind of checking out their setup?
Have the dwarves been battling? I mean, are they? They're kind of like the main opponent of the dragon.
Them and the elves in the past.
Yeah, I'd like to look into see if they have anything that we don't know about with the Dragonborn, because that's what we're in the middle of, pretty much.
Okay. So it's going to cost you 20 gold to spend 2 days researching for materials and, bribes, gifts, library card, what have you. So, deduct 20 gold. And then it's 20 gold initially. And then you can make an intelligence check with a +1 bonus per 20 gold spent after the initial 20 gold. So you can boost your chance more by spending more resources. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
So if you want to do that, you can. So the 20 gold gets you in the intelligence check, and then each subsequent 20 gold will get you a +1 added to it.
Let's go spend 40 gold then. Why not?
So it's 40 additional gold?
Yeah.
Okay, so you add +2.
Yeah.
All right,
And they
so
do-
go ahead and roll your intelligence. And
Flat roll, not like a investigation or anything.
no, it's intelligence.
You can do it.
I can
And then
do
add
it.
2.
Go. Oh.
Well, hold on 1 second. That is a 7, technically, right? You learn 1 piece of useful lore.
Oh.
Okay, so let's think here. You are asking about dwarven encounters with the Dragonborn in the past, right? Specifically? Like, what specific area of knowledge do you want to know? Like warfare? Ask me basically, instead of 1 piece of useful lore, how about you just ask me a question you're curious about, and I'll just answer it.
I think Morty wants to know the hierarchy, because it seems like
What
Thrax.
the dwarves know about their hierarchy? Okay.
Yeah, it seems like Thrax is answering to somebody else. So I think Morty's interested in kind of who's above this guy, because this guy's dangerous as hell. And I want to know
Militarily or culturally?
specifically. Why? Porque los dos.
Porque no los dos. I mean, sure. I'll give you that as one because it's pretty specific. So culturally speaking, the Dragonborn are led by either a patriarch or a matriarch. It doesn't gender doesn't really matter. They're not like matriarchal or patriarchal by nature. They do. The only time you ever see that kind of shit show up is when they talk about reverence to Tiamat, who is the mother of all dragons. But as far as everybody knows, she's been banished from this plane and has been that way for centuries, or more than centuries, millennia. In fact, there's like the written records about the last time Tiamat was on the material plane are more like legend and myth rather than like, it's like the Greek stuff about the Titans, right? Like before the gods. It's like apocrypha, right? It's like, yeah. So, but generally, as far as that, militarily speaking, a general would be a big deal. So like Thrax would be a big deal, but there's always someone above the general.
Yeah.
There's like what would be the equivalent nowadays of like a major general. There's always like someone who is the military kind of, I guess, commander in chief. That's not the king. It's just like the guy who's in charge of the military. Dragonborn typically don't rule with a one person is in charge of everything. A lot of times it's like a tribunal or a triumvirate mixed with a with matriarchs and patriarchs. And there's really it's really murky because no one's actually like sat in on Dragonborn society. This is just stuff that they've learned from like interrogation, secondhand kind of stuff, whatever the enemy was willing to tell them. So it's hard to codify. But it seems to be that the last time there was a government in charge of the Dragonborn, it was a triumvirate. There were 3 people in charge. And it's a lot of Tiamat worship, a lot of, reverence for dragons, a lot of trying to use them as weapons against their enemies, and things like that. But as far as like Thrax's relationship where he's at, he's pretty high on the totem pole, but you know that there's probably someone above him. So yeah.
I don't find a name.
Oh, no. Like none of that shit's recorded. That's like classified information, military information.
Okay. All right. So looking for Tiamat, and that's about
You are basically looking for
a triumvirate.
Either reference to the triumvirate. You're looking for anything with Tiamat worship will probably lead you in some sort of direction that's close, and you would be trying to ascertain, any members of, the ruling triumvirate of the last time
Gotcha.
the Dragonborn Empire was in full swing.
Are you saying that Thrax is part of this, or he's below that?
He is just below it. Like, he is a guy that if Dragonborn society was still, like, fully fledged and going, this is a guy who, if a spot opened up, could run for position on the triumvirate. He's on that kind of level. Like, he'd be, like, the war hero kind of dude. A Ulysses S. Grant, if you will. A Leonidas.
Ooh. Interesting.
Gotcha. All right. No worries.
Correct. All right. Anything else from you, or is that that'll cover it?
I mean, you said it's 3 days of just getting shit faced is what everyone's up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is anyone stopping by my festival, man?
No, I'll stop. Like a piece of like cheeses on a stick,
Crazy got his head volunteer shirt on.
I just walked back to the pad in like a staff shirt.
Oh my god.
Got his bright yellow vest on.
It says staff in dwarven runes.
Yeah.
While I'm following Corn around, can I keep an eye out and see if I see any other elves walking around the city?
No, definitely not. You're the only, other than Runan in his staff shirt, it's just you.
Okay. I know we were the first ones, but I just wanted to see if just maybe. Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna take him to like all the best establishments.
Okay.
Nice.
Like that. Like all the good the good places with like the good food and like the good drink,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I imagine there's like fucking some shop owner has got like the best like equivalent of like dwarvish shawarma or some shit where it's like shaved meat onto like some sort of flatbread. I can see dwarves getting down on that.
I want some shit.
Or goat stew and shit like that.
Yeah. I imagine they eat a lot of mountain goat.
Yep, that and boars.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'm also
Sounds
gonna
pretty tasty.
tell them to put it on
Get
my
some
brother,
carnitas.
not Varen's, but my brother Torvald's tab.
Okay.
All right, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay. I mean, Torvald's probably so rich that he might not even notice. But
That's my.
I'm
Okay.
curious. We're here for 3 days partying. Is there any gambling options?
yes, I'm
Ooh.
glad you asked.
Oh man, if
Ooh.
this was past D&D campaigns, I'd bring out the gambling addiction.
Here we go. Here we go.
Gambling addiction. We thought about having while I looked this up. We in my Star Wars game, we almost had a character decide to be like addicted to spice, which was going to be rad, or death sticks or something, where they were
That's
just,
really cool.
that was their complication that could show up in any episode. Because the way it works is like at the beginning of every episode, you roll to see if someone's backstory shows up in the session,
That's cool.
which is pretty cool. And
Tight.
one of his, he almost chose addiction for one of his, which I was like, that would be so sick. It would be dark and gritty for sure, but imagine being like, fuck guys, I'm Jones and I gotta get me a fix, and that creates a whole shitstorm for
That's
you.
a really cool mechanic, actually.
It is a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool mechanic.
I kind of want to
like it.
strip that for campaigns.
For a D&D game.
Yeah.
It would be good. Yeah, D&D doesn't have the best robust backstory shit though, and that's
Yeah.
the downside to it. But in any case, I do have gambling.
Yes.
Do you want to gamble?
Absolutely.
Okay. You must risk at least 100 GP and a
right.
maximum of 1,000.
Okay.
100 to 1,000 GP. Yeah, there's no like more than 1,000 GP tables here. I mean, you're in
What?
a rich dwarven city, but there's no fucking way people are doing like a, a huge
What game?
table.
What game are we playing? What are we gambling on?
What are all the games? There's like Dragon Chess, and there's something else. Hold on, let me look up all the games. There's like 5 games.
I think you have your typical card games too, or something similar.
They're probably like dice games, right?
Yeah,
There's
dice,
definitely dice. There's definitely bone dice. Yeah.
Dragon chess. There's cards, and then there's one other, I think.
There's like Dragon Ante or something like that. That's a card game.
3 Dragon Ante.
Yeah, 3 Dragon Ante and stuff like that. Don't ask me for the rules about that. I have no fucking idea how that works.
Is anybody
But
else
I
gonna
could definitely
gamble?
see there. I could definitely see there being dice poker, and we have played this in the past in some of my games. But
Dice poker? That sounds nuts.
do you know how dice poker works? It works
No.
like Hold'em, where you build hands, but you're using dice. So
Oh.
basically, you can get full houses, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind. But, and you can, what you do is I think it's, how do we do it, Al? Like 2 or 3 rounds where you can choose how many dice to keep and how many to re-roll.
Yeah,
I forget. I think it was like 3 rounds.
it's like 3 rounds.
You get 3 rolls and you have to build a hand out of it, and
That's
then
really
everybody
cool.
calls at the end. We could do that if you want. But
That sounds awesome.
that's if you guys actually want to play a game. The other way is I can just have you roll for it. You can make 3 checks. You make an insight check, a deception check, and an intimidation check. And then I set the DC for every roll, and then we see what you get.
You said insight, deception, and what?
Intimidation.
Oh god. Okay, so we'll do. I want to play a game. Because those are
Okay.
all my worst stats.
Okay, what I'll do is, because I don't want to take up too much time just playing a game, we'll
True.
do... Okay, so how much are you betting first?
Let's do 400 gold.
400 gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Name Unbroken's got it right. Witcher 1 and 2 had dice poker, and then they replaced it with Gwent in Witcher 3. And I spent so much fucking time playing dice poker in The Witcher. It's actually silly, because I love that game. So what you're going to do, Rival, is you're going to roll, I believe it's, Alan, was it 5d6 or 6d6? I think it was 5. I think it's
5d6 because it's a
Yep.
5.
Yep,
card
5
hand,
dice. Yep, 5 card hand. Right. So you're gonna roll basically 1d6, and you can roll it 5 times, and you'll see your individual numbers.
Okay.
But how much were you wagering? I'm sorry, I missed.
400.
400. All
Yeah.
right, and you're playing against me, so
Okay,
we're
sick.
gonna go. Okay, yeah,
Am I-
it's head to head with the DM.
Are we rolling these
Uh-oh.
like publicly?
Yes.
You got
So just
this,
slash
buddy.
R D6 and just do that 5 times, and you can look at the rolls you get and decide what you want to keep and what you want to. And remember, you can build out a straight, you can build out 2 of a kind, whatever.
I'm gonna fill up my cup and go back.
And this
Yeah,
would have been a
do it.
good prediction point.
So I roll it 5 times.
Yeah, 3 more times.
Okay.
Oh my God, he's got the straight draw. Never mind. Okay, he's got a pair now. 1 more time. And a 1. Okay, so here comes the part. Which dice do you keep, and which ones do you want to re-roll?
Oh shit. I think I re-roll the 5 and the 1, right?
You want to keep
I
the
don't know.
pair, probably.
Keep the pair of 5s.
Oh, keep
Is
the
that
pair of
you
5s,
already have a winning.
re-roll.
Yeah, because otherwise you have to get a 2 and a 3 in
that's
order to
true.
make that straight, and that's
Yeah.
that's rough. Like the odds of that happening.
I
are
guess
not-
let me re-roll the
Well-
1 and the 4.
Okay.
So and then I keep the rest.
Yeah, so we're banking a 5, and a 6. So
Okay.
then you're just gonna, but don't yeah. So I guess I got to make my rolls.
Okay.
And just mark down that you're keeping the 5, and the 6.
Mhm.
So you're gonna re-roll 2d6 next time and try and hit your hand. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. My rolls. 4, 3, 6, 4, 5. And that's it, right? 5d6.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5. Great.
Strong.
I am definitely keeping the 2 4s, and I'm gonna re-roll 3, 5, and 6. So now you can roll your 2d6 for your second round.
Okay. 4. 6.
So you have 2 5s, 2 6s. So you're
Yep.
gonna want to keep those and probably re-roll your 4, see if you can't get the full house, right? See
Yep.
how it works? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna roll 3d6. 1,
Spooky.
2. Fuck.
Holy shit.
I should have kept I could have straight drew with that. If I kept
If you-
4, 5, and 6, that
Mhm.
I'd have a straight right there and you'd be fucked. But that
Yeah,
is
I
not
thought
what
I
I
just
did.
lost for a second.
No, you did not lose. If anything, you are better positioned right now because you have a 2 pair and I just have 1. So go ahead and roll your last d6 for your final round.
There it is. 4. Again. Okay.
So yeah, you just have a 4, 2 5s, and 2 6s, right?
I'm back.
So you
Sorry
have a
about that.
pair. 2 pair
Pretty solid.
5s and 6s.
How's it going, buddy?
Yeah.
You winning?
I got two pairs of
I'm
5
rolling
and
all
6.
3 of those again. I'm scooping all those dice
Hot
for
money.
sure.
Had
I
a
have
good
nothing
refill.
to lose, right?
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, chat. Cheers, gang.
Fuck. Yeah, I get nothing. You win. 2 pairs over 1 pair. So,
What's my ratio?
what's your ratio? What do you mean?
Like, how much do I get? Is it doubled?
Well, I mean, you win the pot, right? So
Okay.
he matched you with 400, so you get 800 gold.
Whoa.
Nice.
You basically get 400 gold.
Yeah,
Add
I made 400 gold.
too.
That's
Yep, exactly.
perfect.
Damn,
Perfect.
Oggies.
it's pretty poggers. Good job.
I'm happy. I'm
That
gonna go
is-
spend 20 gold on so much booze.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
Nice. Nice.
That is
So yeah,
Thanks.
that'll be our gambling game, I think, as we can
that's
do
fun.
some dice poker. If we could see people, I would do liar's dice, but it's not a streamable gambling games. But anyway, all right, excellent. All right, so you did some gambling in your downtime. That's great. I like having the option of both a physical game and if you're really good with charisma and wisdom, you can take the other route. But cool shit. So you definitely beat the guy. You get the pot, and yeah, you go on drinking and being festive for the rest of the time.
Oh, I'm gonna have tip Tim 10 gold too. Just cause.
Okay. Just add insult to injury. You're like, here's a
Yeah.
coin, poor
Here's
person.
some money.
Nice. I like that.
Oh, Sticks, is this a place I would start questioning people about commissioning some new armor with these scales I have?
You know, there's few places better.
Ooh.
Also, as Alan mentioned earlier, he's a forge cleric.
Can he just do that?
Alan, how does your make shit work?
I mean, so I
Don't you just
can't.
need the materials?
It's like I can't just like make just anything.
No,
But
I understand that,
I
but
I am a blacksmith.
it's like his
But
religion
yeah,
to be a
yeah, it
blacksmith.
is my religion to be a
Oh.
blacksmith. But yeah, we're talking about my divine thing. Hold on, let me look that up.
Divine make shit.
Conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some materials. It's a simple weapon, suit, martial weapon or suit of armor. It says here the thing I create cannot. Oh, the thing I create can be something that is worth no more than 100 gold.
Ooh.
So I can't do the dragon thing
Okay,
with just
okay.
the
Yeah, you'd
divinity.
probably that would probably require like your entire downtime and you a lot more time to actually like craft that.
Should I go commission it then?
You could, but if you do that, you have to like come back and get it at
That's
some
true.
point.
It's gonna take a while.
You could do that, or you can risk
I
a
mean,
courier, but
Is it something that I could just like work on over time?
yes.
So I could actually, I mean, like
You
'cause
could take several
yeah,
small downtimes and work on the project, and then we'll have you like roll a smithing check with smith's tools and see, like, the better you roll, the more progress you make on it, sort of thing.
Okay.
So you're commissioning like dragon scale hide armor.
Yeah, like black
basically.
dragon scale armor. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Try to get my AC up at least one more, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that seems reasonable. Dragon scale hide armor is like hide +1 or leather +1 or something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm into it.
All right, sick.
Cool. Yeah, so you can have Al, do you just want to make the first like I guess smith's tools would use strength?
I mean, there's actually I think there's like a create magic.
Create
item
magic item thing in that
thing.
downtime thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what they say. They're selling a magic item. They're scribing a scroll. There's gambling. Crafting an item. Here we go. Find the material that takes place. Da 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 da. This would definitely count as a rare item. So let's see. I have that. Okay, it's gonna cost you 2,000 gold.
Okay.
It's gonna take a long fucking time.
Hmm.
Almost. This thing says like a year almost.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
50 work weeks to make a rare item.
Oh.
But I don't know. I think that seems long.
It's pretty
I
long.
would say. You know what? I'm arbitrarily changing the how long it's gonna take to make it. I think the price is right, but it's gonna cost you 2,000 gold, and I'm gonna say that it's gonna take Al probably like a month or two to make it, realistically. Because he's not just some like any blacksmith guy, right?
Mhm.
He's like religious. He's trained. He's,
It's what I do.
yes, it's your raison d'etre, as the French would say. But anyway, yeah, and so it'll cost that much.
Is that like all at
So-
once? Or is like when it finishes, or how does the gold work?
How does payment work? Like
Yeah.
pay when it's done up front.
Or you can pay half now and half on completion. Usually a lot of people will do that. A down payment for their time. And then you pay the rest on completion. But I mean, it's Alan, so you could just
Yeah.
ask him.
So, question: would it be cheaper because it's me doing it, and it would be
That is up to
you'd have
you. But
you'd have
the
to pay
going
for the
rate,
materials?
the going rate for like materials and labor and all that is 2,000. So you can charge them whatever you want.
It's just going into the party, so charge me whatever.
Correct. You're just changing hands within the party. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically free. One of the
In a
shows.
way.
I would say like you should charge him. You should charge for like materials theoretically, right? Because like I'm
Well,
not.
he has the
I have
materials.
them.
That's the. Well,
But-
you have the scales. You
The
don't
scale-
have like
I'm saying.
Well,
the leather and the rest. Yeah.
I guess I couldn't give him my leather armor because I'm wearing it. Then I would have
Correct.
no armor.
Correct. I mean, you could just buy us leather and have that be the cost of the materials, I guess.
How much would is that? Is that like what to do here? How much would that cost?
Either that, or you could say that you're using the dragon leather itself, like the dragon skin.
Yeah, yeah. That was
And
kind
like
of the
have that
idea.
dried into leather, and then you put the scales on it, and he has to do all that and craft it, and that costs
Mhm.
time and money. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know,
So-
Al. If you want to give him a discount, you can just whatever. I don't care. Or you could just do it for free. Like, I
I'll
don't
do
care.
it for free.
Wow.
Whoa.
Like-
Yeah. Normally you'd have to pay
stand-up
for it.
guy.
If you were commissioning like somebody else, well, it doesn't make sense to charge your own party because it's
It's
just
true.
like
It's just
Yeah, how
It
much
could,
money?
but-
You said like 2K?
it was
2K.
It's a
But it
lot.
would just stay in the party and just change
Mm-hmm.
hands from player to player, which is just like okay.
I was like, yeah,
Also,
where's
like,
this
an
gold
honor.
going?
It's also like an honor to make like the first set of like dragon armor in like 1,000 years, right?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
for sure. Okay. So yeah, Al, it's gonna take you like I don't know. Let's flip a coin. 1d2. How many months?
You want me to roll it or are you rolling it?
I'm rolling it. 2 months.
All right.
Yeah, normally it would cost money and take a lot longer. It's just that
Yeah.
you kind of have an in right here. So
Sick. I'm glad to get that started.
What would the stats be on that?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. You
Like
mentioned
I
something
said,
about
it's
like
probably gonna
acid
be-
resistance, possibly.
yeah, because it's a black dragon.
Mhm.
There's black scales, so resistance to acid, and probably like it's probably leather +1 with resistance to acid, realistically.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
That's sick.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
pretty
excited.
ridiculous, but it's better than just +1 leather. So.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I have studded leather right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's probably actually going to keep you at the same AC then, but have resistance to acid.
Which I think is worth it. Definitely.
Mitigation.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. There are other ways to raise your AC without wearing armor.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Okay. So I think that's everybody, right? Unless anybody has anything else they want to do during festival time.
Just drink and eat and be merry. I try every pork dish that I can, and I start
Dwarven
sampling-
carnitas.
Yeah, I start
Sure.
sampling all the different pork dishes and rating them. And every time I try a new dish, I always like it. Obviously, I'm always like, oh, good stuff. But then I can't help it as a high elf that's proud of his land to compare, and I bring up some elvish dish that's like, it's really good that you gotta try, that kind of a thing.
I just
It's-
imagine you being like, "Oh, it's so greasy."
No, he's not like that. Like, he's definitely loving it. Like, the grease is running down his fingers and he doesn't mind. But he's like, he's not a one-upper, but he's like, this is good, but you gotta try this.
Yeah,
Because he's just
absolutely.
like kind of proud of the elvish lands, kind of a thing.
Sure.
How I
And
imagine
the
it's
drunker
like
he gets, the worse it gets.
I imagine like the Gimli, like fucking Legolas thing, like, oh, you got to go to the woods with me, but you got to come to the mines with me, kind of thing. Like we're like,
go to the caves.
yeah, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite dish ever, and you're like, well, my favorite dish is this, and I was like, well, you gotta give it to me one day, you know?
Yeah, I imagine like we're eating like, I don't know, maybe some like dwarvish
slow
ribs.
roasted pork or
Yeah,
some
like
shit,
some
or
slow
ribs or
roasted
something.
ribs with beer, and like the rib, it's like delicious meat, and maybe we have something similar in the Elvish lands, but it's like boar meat and like a delicate crepe or something because it's Elvish, and I'm like, you gotta try our crepes. Like this is good and savage, but if you had
You
our
gotta try,
our-
dude. You gotta try our, pulled pork lembus sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking out of this world,
something
bro.
like that, exactly. With like some jizz-worthy elvish barbecue sauce or something. Some like elvish gooey sauce that's You just want to drink it. Just
Elvish
wanna-
gooey sauce. That's canon.
Just want to drink it. I would imagine that the dwarves and the elves would make good sauces, right?
Yeah, where
Wouldn't
it's
you,
like, okay, so this is how it
Yeah.
goes down from someone who's worked in fine dining and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Elven sauces are like French cooking. It's like your
See?
fucking
There you go.
Bordelaise and like fucking red wine reductions and shit. Like it's all that fancy ass shit. Dwarven sauces are like fucking North Carolina barbecue. It's like fucking yup, throw some ketchup in that shit. Let's flavor bomb the fuck out of it.
I like it.
Like,
Maybe some
throw
spice,
some umami in there, some fermented mushroom sauce.
horseradish, shit like
Ooh,
that.
yeah, exactly. Anything
Yeah.
you can grow underground. Like
I
I
imagine
said,
they have a lot of
potatoes,
stews and stuff.
horseradish. Yeah, oh yeah, stews. So it's literally like turnips, parsnips, like carrots, potatoes, horseradish, like anything you can grow underground.
Sounds good.
pretty
It
rad.
all sounds good.
Like
Big
short rib
food.
stews with like horseradish. Like oh
Ugh.
yeah. Now we're talking. Now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm
I know.
suddenly hungry. Yeah, and I had as tradition would call for, I had a horse feather burger tonight with some duck fat fries, the
Oh,
old
man.
fashions.
They're doing duck fat fries now.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah, with an umami sort of powder on it.
Oh,
Oh, is it nutritional yeast? That shit is so good. Oh my god.
I don't know.
If
I
you've never
did-
had nutritional
I did
yeast
drop
on a
one on
fucking
my. I did.
popcorn.
I dropped
Oh,
one on
yeah.
my pants, and now my crotch is itching.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
What
I
the-
don't know. Just kidding.
It's yeast.
Anyway, so rival was like, "What?"
yeah, I was like, wait, no.
Anyway, that was bad. Anyway, let's continue.
No, they have that shit at the Kabuki Theater in the popcorn condiments. You can put
Yeah, it's
nutritional
good
yeast.
stuff.
It just
though.
adds like umami, savory kind of flavor to your popcorn. It's really
Yeast
good.
on popcorn is amazing.
Yeah, it's good. It's a thing. It's also good on French fries. We used to do that at a restaurant I worked at.
Mm.
So returning to reality, quote unquote, you guys spend the rest of the weekend celebrating your victory against the Dragonborn, drinking, carousing, eating, setting up festivities, etc. And when everything comes down to a close, I think Varin approaches you with a retinue of soldiers and says, shows up at the hotel. You guys are all probably like hungover and passed out on tables or something, and he's like,
Not
Like-
all of us. All right. I resistance to poison and a 20 con. I think I'm all right.
Yeah, I'd imagine I'd
Crazed
be
was in
covered.
charge of a festival.
Yeah, I probably have like lipstick marks and shit all over me. And I'm like, I looked like I just worked like real hard at a festival.
yeah. Okay. Well, Varn shows up in the inn. He sees you guys all like, hanging out. And he's like, well, it's time to see you off back to Dragonfall. But first, we promised you a reward for your help. And my father will have more to say on this. I'm just here to show you to the vaults.
Oh, the sword of 1,000 truths. Oh. Okay.
Runon's ears are gonna perk up like, "Loot, you said?"
Ooh, the loots. Okay. So he guides you through the city, go into the noble, not to the noble area, to the it's kind of its own area, the vaults. It's like heavily guarded, and the retinue marches you guys in, and you just see various. They look like kind of like a lot of the storage areas look like sort of like apartments. Others look like big giant like storage warehouses, and then there's one that has like gilded bronze doors that are like carved with all sorts of stuff on them, like different reliefs of like dwarven battles, and like there's probably one of like some dwarf like hewing dragon's head off or some crap like that. When you approach, Varin says, well, these are the vaults of my people. My father's there waiting for you. I think he'll fill you in on the rest. And then he like kind of waves you on to him. And King Bellegarde's like standing there. He's like wearing ridiculously ostentatious clothing, like jewels hanging from him, and like a crown with like a giant ruby set in the middle of it. It's like
Like
a
a
mithril
badass.
crown, and it's got like a ruby set in it, and like diamonds all around it and stuff. And
Okay.
says, "Well, we did promise you some material reward as well as the construction of your very own dwelling, I suppose we'll call it. Which we will send word to you in Dragonfall about when we have the logistics hammered out, shall we say. Be that as it may, this vault contains cultural artifacts sacred to our people, glorious inventions, or even spoils of war. We will show you the ones we are willing to part with, and you may choose one. And for you, and he points to you, Neverin, he says, I have something for you that I think you will like. And then he waves to his guards, and the doors open inward. And, you walk in, and there's just shelves. There's, like, piles of money. There are shelves of just random, crazy, like, artifacts and oddities everywhere. And they, like, go way tall. Like, the shelves are almost, like, ceiling height. And as he's walking you through, you see that they're on a dais in the middle of the room where there's like a light shaft from somewhere that comes down, mysteriously in the mountain, illuminating this one center part. You see two items laid before you. The first one is an ornately carved lamp. You might recognize this, Neverin, as an elvish lamp. However, it has dwarven runes on it. So that's kind of interesting. But it looks like a very ornately carved lamp. The second item is a small crossbow that looks like it could fit into one person's hand. It has 2 grooves in it instead of just the one. And it looks like they fire at the same time based on how the mechanism is. And he looks at you and he says, this lamp is called the Flame of Hope, and it was an elven lamp given to my, great-grandsires many generations ago, as a symbol of our alliance against the dragons. It is said that whenever someone holds this lamp aloft, that it empowers their allies and revitalizes them as well. As for this is our greatest invention. It is the crossbow of biting bolts. The inventor liked to call it the double or nothing, but, that's just him being quirky. It is said that it can only fire if there are 2 bolts loaded, and that they either hit or they miss. Never one or the other. It's very strange. Some strange sorcery is on this. This is also said to weaken its foes whenever it does hit. As for you, Mr. Neverin, we see that blade you've carried around, and we've taken interest, and we would wonder if you would allow our High Smith to enhance it after a fashion of our people.
Yeah, when he says that, I sort of consider it, and I take the blade off my back, and I hold it in my hand, and I look down at it, and I say, very well, I'd be honored to have a dwarvish stamp on the weapon. Thank you.
I assure you that it will still operate very much in the same way. It just might be a little Well, we're thinking it will be a little more effective when faced with many enemies surrounding you.
Okay. I sort of seem pleased when you say that. Okay.
And then he says, as for these 2 items, I will allow you to deliberate, but please don't take all day. Let me know when you're ready to decide which you would like. And then he turns around and walks away.
Did he? I might have missed it. Did he say what the lamp did?
Yeah, he said that the lamp emboldens your allies and revitalizes them at the same time.
And then we have the crossbow, right?
And then you have the double or nothing crossbow.
Ah, easily the lamp.
I'm thinking the lamp is the best idea here. Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm team lamp.
I don't
So-
know.
So I'll give you the
Lamp.
OOC right now. The lamp is an AoE heal and gives everyone advantage for 1 round. You can use it
Oh
once
my
per
God.
Lamp.
The
Yeah,
lamp.
Lamp.
And the crossbow, you have to fire twice, but if they both hit, you roll damage twice. If they don't both hit, then it misses. Just
Lamp.
entirely. If you have advantage and you fire it, you get to roll 4 d20s and you pick your 2 best.
That's insane,
So.
though.
I love lamp.
But lamp.
that
Yeah,
is
lamp's
fat,
awesome.
but we already do so much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lamp is awesome.
The lamp is nuts. Like, we gotta have that.
Okay.
Have more.
That's
Alright,
a
who would
very
you-
that's a Donnie lamp right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Morty. Morty should probably hold
That's
it.
a get out of jail free card right there. AoE heal. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
It's basically, so I'll tell you what it does. It basically is Prayer of Healing, but you don't have to do the cast time. I think it actually does more healing than Prayer of Healing. I'm not sure.
Damn.
I
I like
forgot
that.
how I
That's great.
orchestrated it. Yeah, who wants to carry it if that's your choice? So I'll move it to your sheet.
Donnie.
Yeah, I carry it for sure.
It does take 1 action to use, obviously.
Mhm.
Just so you're aware.
Yeah, I'd
Sounds
say
about
Morty or
right.
I should hold it.
Okay, I'll put it on Mortimer's sheet.
Yeah, spread the healing out. throughout the
Exactly.
party.
I
I
was
like
gonna
that.
say that. Yep.
Alright, equipment, manage.
How many uses? Just 1 a day, or
Once per day, yep.
Okay.
long
Oh.
rest, I guess. Or once per sunrise. Is that what it would be?
Yeah, it's like at dawn it recharges. Right, Donnie, there it is, the Flame of Hope.
Lincoln.
Gosh.
I'll link it, sure.
Give me just a second. Again.
There it is, I linked it.
Oh.
It's 3d6 plus your proficiency bonus, AoE heal once per day.
That's really good.
That's awesome.
And everyone gets advantage on the next attack.
Yeah, it's way better than that crossbow.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Huge.
Okay.
Well, I just figured after you guys got your asses dragged around by a dragon and a fucking dragonborn general, maybe it would be good to give you some utility items.
No, that's great.
I like the option. I like how we can go utility or we can just
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
do
cool.
damage. I like the choice.
Yeah, I like that.
Definitely.
That was smart.
And for you, Nevrin, let's talk about your OOC upgrade. What I'm gonna have you do, because I can't create this in D&D Beyond because limitations. I'm going to tell you right now that you can add this quality to your weapon, and you can just put this on your character sheet. Okay. And you will have to kind of keep track of it. There might be a way I can finagle it, but I would have to like remake your weapon and all that kind of shit in D&D Beyond, which I might do over the break.
Okay.
But
Sounds cool.
you're gonna get a quality called Cleaving.
Okay.
So write this
huge.
down because you're gonna have to keep track of it until otherwise notified. When you successfully hit your target with a weapon blessed by this enchanted quality, you
When you
automatically
hit a
deal.
target with your weapon.
Yep.
Okay.
You automatically deal an additional number of hit points equal to twice your proficiency bonus to any enemy creature engaging you in combat. To any other.
Okay.
So, splash damage.
Deal an additional number of hit points equal to your proficiency.
Twice your proficiency.
Twice?
So proficiency times 2.
So
Yep.
like 6 damage.
Equal
right
to
now.
6 damage.
twice. Oh my god. Equal to.
What's the range on it?
Twice your.
Melee.
Okay,
So what? 5 feet within the target you hit.
Yep.
that's nuts.
So if he gets surrounded, it gives him
Cleaving.
splash
When you
damage.
successfully hit a target with your weapon, you automatically deal an additional number of hit points of damage. Or how about just an additional? Let's see. An additional amount
number.
of damage. An additional amount.
Yes, that works. Equal to twice your proficiency bonus.
To twice your proficiency bonus to all enemies.
To
Within
another
5
enemy
feet.
creature engaging you in combat. It's not all. It's
To
just like
another
one
enemy
other that
creature
you can see that's in range.
engaging you.
It's a cleave, not a whirlwind.
Got it. No, that's great. That's amazing.
It's really good for a fighter with multiple attacks.
Okay, cool.
There you go. So you have you can call it, if you want, a dwarven rune of cleaving engraved onto your blade that empowers it with magic. So
That's
now when
awesome.
you swing it, I think what happens is when you swing it one way and then another, you see like almost like a shadow or like sort of like a ghosting on your blade that kind of goes off in a direction, and it just kind of like flies off to the sides in a frontal kind of area around you.
Awesome. So another enemy within 5 feet of that enemy takes damage.
Yep.
That's the shit. I love that. All right, cool. And does it look like a dwarvish rune on my
Yeah. That's been like engraved onto the blade.
hilt? Okay. I kind of like that.
They just drew like a dwarf dick on your sword.
Yeah, now it's
Dwarvish,
magical things.
dwarvish cleaving rune. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, when you successfully hit a target with your weapon, you automatically deal an additional amount of damage equal to twice your proficiency bonus to another enemy creature engaging you in combat. Or actually, to another
That's
enemy
right.
creature.
No, that's right. It's another one that's engaging you. So they have to be within 5 feet of you, and it's only one other creature. You have to designate which one.
Okay.
So it's like if you got
when you
surrounded.
say engaging though, does that mean they needed to have attacked me first, or can they? I just have
No,
two
they're
guys
just within
next
your-
to me. Okay.
Yeah, within your ZOC.
Awesome. So and that's every attack, right? So when I take my 2 attacks, my bonus action attack.
That's correct.
Oh, I love it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
I like that.
And it's going to scale a little bit with you. So it's going to scale like with your proficiency bonus.
Yep, exactly. I love that.
Because, I mean, let's be real, guys. By the time your proficiency bonus goes up again, you'll be fighting things that have like 400 or 500 hit points. So,
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's going to be pretty bananas. I mean, you guys did well against Thrax, and he way out hit points all of you guys. Like, by a large margin. So,
Okay. Awesome.
all right. So, Donnie, you got your lamp, your flame of hope. Does it say on the sheet? I just want to make sure I made these items right before we move on. Does it say anywhere on your thing that it gives you advantage as well, or do I need to re-add that? Because I can do that. I can do it after the session.
Give me 1 second. I can look at it.
Because it's supposed to not only AoE heal everyone, but give everyone inspiration. Like,
Yeah, the
well,
item
not
says it
really
does.
inspiration. It's advantage on the next attack, specifically. So I may need to change that. It's supposed to be like, Gandalf showing up, but in lamp form.
Yeah, I think it specifically says inspiration.
Okay, I may have to change that because I don't want you guys to like pocket it and keep it for days. I want it to be for the next thing.
Yeah, at least that's what it says in the chat
Okay,
right there.
I'll have to reword it then. That's fine. Okay, great. Sweet. So yeah, you guys select the lamp, and Belagarn looks at you. King Belagarn says, "This is a wise choice, and very symbolic. Dwarves and elves working together again to defeat the common foe, that is the dragons. Yes, yes. Very well. Very well. May it shine a light in dark places and whatnot. I'm not good at these.
Oh my.
I'm not good at these speeches, but be that as it may. Devrin, should I correspond with you as far as the construction stuff goes?
Very well, of course. Thank you.
Well, very well. If I cannot reach you, I shall send him to the steward and have him contact you.
That works.
But,
Thank you.
Very well. We have the carts ready if you're ready to depart.
I look at the party and I say, well, shall we?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Let us go. Excellent.
Beautiful. All right, cool. Yeah, we head out.
Okay. And then when you guys get to the carts, I think Varen's like there. And he's like waiting and he's like, you are very worthy warriors. It's quite a fight you dragged me into. But I'm glad I came. And then he looks over at Corin and he says, all right, little brother, don't get into too much trouble.
I was gonna say the same thing to you.
I hope you weren't going to call me little brother. That would be awkward. But be that as it may, I trust all of you with taking care of my family while he travels with you. The High Forge priest was reluctant to let him go, but I think he understands my position. And yours. It is a noble endeavor, after all. If ever you need the help of Varn Stonemantle, all you need do is ask.
I guess as he says that, I'll just kindly ask him, if you see anyone who looks like me, can you direct him to this location? And then like hand him like a note
Sure.
that shows where Landblood is.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely like, I'll do that.
Yeah, I give him a bow and I say, it was a pleasure to meet you. I've met many dwarves in my time, and you're quite the worthy one. And in Dwarvish, I say, be well friend would be in Dwarvish, and I give him a nod.
That was surprisingly good. I think your Dwarvish is getting better.
And then I say, no, my Dwarvish is terrible, but I say it wrong.
Me dwarf bad.
Yeah, my dwarf
Me
is.
talk good. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, he chuckles and he's like, "Oh, some work still needs to be done, I guess. Well, have a safe journey. Don't forget to write, little brother. Father will never forgive you if you don't."
I nod my head and kind of like give him like a soft punch on the arm.
Aww.
All right, enough of that. Get out of here.
There's soft pensy stuff going on.
He's like, "What is this crap?" K-Cone to W. No. Just like, and he sends you on your way, and the cart marches its way down the road along the river. Over the next few days, down the Old Dwarf Road, you see the peak of Cragmore Delve off to your right, and as you move further down, the Dragon Tower of High Point and the tall mountain peak that we all know contains Morningstar Keep as you ride by. And you guys head down the road, following to where the rivers meet, and the Dwarf Road meets with the Dragon Road, and you start to enter back into the city of Dragonfall. And I think we should take a little break before we dive into that.
Sounds good.
Beautiful.
Commercial break.
All right, we're back in Dragonfall. Yeah.
Hi, Billy Mays
It's been a
here.
while. It's been a while since
It's
we've been.
been a hot minute.
Um,
Hi,
Been a
Billy.
while.
how much longer
So,
do you
like,
think we have in the session, Sticks? Like an
Probably
hour?
like an hour or so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why don't we take, I don't know, like 9 minutes? Why don't we come back at 9:30?
Sounds good.
Take a 9-minute break. 9:30 p.m. PT. We'll come back and continue on for the final hour of this session. Chat. We'll see you very, very soon. If you do go away, come back in 9 minutes. See you soon. Don't go away, or do, and then come back. Bye. Ish. Bye, ish. See you soonish. Okay.
I'm gonna go hop on another Discord for a few minutes. I'll be right back. Hornbach.
Yeah. How you feeling, bruh?
This last week, all things considered, not too terrible.
Good.
I'm definitely not like like I said earlier. If this was a normal day, today would be a shit day. How things have been the last couple of weeks. Today's a pretty good day. So.
Nice. Yeah, I had a dad who had diverticulitis, and before he got the surgery for it, he was like basically had gastroenteritis all the time. So like vomiting, shitting, stomach cramps, just loss of appetite for like years. It was pretty awful.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, so like you never knew. Like I'd be like, "Oh, do you want to go out for dinner or whatever?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not hungry, not feeling it."
Yeah. That's a good thing. I won't be fat. So.
Yeah. Well, they tried the antibiotics route and it didn't work, and then he got like a foot of his intestines cut out, and that fixed it.
Yeah, dude, fucking Brock Lesnar had to have that shit done.
What up, ladies and gents? We are back from the break. Good to see you, everybody. Got a beverage here. My final one of the evening. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. And gals, of course. This is our final hour of session 12 of Irilon, The Approaching Storm. Before we take a break for a week. No D&D next week, just to let you guys know. I have 6 a.m. I have to get up every morning, essentially, before 6 a.m. for meetings all next week. Styx needs a break for some stuff. So we figured, you know what, that's the perfect week to take a little bye week. So no D&D next week. That's okay, though. We'll be back on tax day, April 15th. Cool! Anyway, let's jump back into the Discord, and then we will conclude session 12. All right, here we go.
Modern medicine is crazy.
What's up, ladies? Yes, it
Hey.
is.
Hello.
Howdy.
Thanks, Tylenol. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Guys, good to see you. Hello.
Yeah.
Cheers to all
Hey.
of you. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hope you guys had a good break. Let us continue the session for the evening. Please.
Yeah, you
sir.
guys have re-entered Dragonfall here after a long time away. It's literally been like 2 weeks since the last time you've set foot in this town. Though it feels like it was a lifetime ago.
I haven't been here at all, actually.
Yeah, actually, Renon's never been here.
That's
and
true.
I don't know, Alan, has Porin been to Dragonfall ever?
Maybe
Up to
when
you.
he was maybe when he was like younger, as like part of like the
Royal Entourage or some
yeah, or
shit?
something. But like he would have been like a child at that point.
Okay.
You know, not since I was
Couple
given
hundred
over to
years
the
ago
church.
or some
Yeah,
shit?
not since I was given over to the church, probably.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there are no forged temples here, that's for sure. I mean, maybe there's like an altar to Moradin somewhere, like in the cathedral area.
Just take some metal and make an altar.
Well, here's the
In the
funny
middle of the
thing is,
town.
yeah, in the
Yeah.
middle of a town, you just make a giant anvil, plop it in the middle of the town. No, but I think they have that. What's that temple from the Game of Thrones books that has like every god in it? like somewhere from every culture. They just have like somewhere for someone to worship, no matter what their deal is.
Right.
There might be a situation like that where there's like
That makes sense.
you know
There's a lot of
hall
gods.
where there's like a little representation of like it's like a pantheon, like the pantheon,
pantheon.
from Rome.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You just go in and there's like a dwarven wing and an elvish wing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with that being said, you guys have entered town. What's your first move?
It's a
What
good
do you want to
question.
do now that you've rolled in? You still have your perma lodging in the inn. I mean, that's not going away until you have a different place to live.
Nice.
Should
mean,
we go
we-
talk to our wizard wife in the
Yeah.
tower?
Wizard waifu.
Yeah.
Honey.
Before we do that, like, would you guys have said anything about this town to like either?
Yeah,
me
let's talk
or-
about like what you guys deliberate to your new party members
mean-
and stuff.
Probably would put them up to speed. Like, hey, we're working for
yeah.
this person. You want to stick with us? This is what you gotta do.
I feel like at this point, even if it was just on that convoy to Baronhold, he would be filled in on everything we've been up to by now, I think.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like anything specific that like I need to know about this town.
OOC. What would you say?
Like,
that-
I'm mainly getting at: are you telling me like the wizard is another fucking elf? Is mainly.
Oh yeah, you know this by now. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay,
know all about
you've
this.
divulged that. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
I would say
specifics
you.
about the city. Now, when we arrive, we tell you about the stables. We tell you about where the steward lives. We tell you about the wizard tower. We tell you about the inn we stay at. We give you the lowdown of like different areas of the city we've been to. Like, we'll tell you what we know as you ask questions naturally on the road. No problem.
We also introduce you to Arnold.
Our
Who's
dog.
at-
Yeah,
random
the main thing I was trying to get at is like how'd you divulge that this wizard in town is like another like high elf? I believe she is.
She is.
Yeah, I mean, we
would've
would have
said, hey,
told you. Yeah.
Okay,
we're
knowing
working for
that,
what's her face.
knowing
guess
that, I am just gonna like be staying cloaked up, like I'm doing my little face cover thing.
I guess I turned to Neverend and Mortimer and I asked them if it's. Do you guys think it's worth like telling the wizard that we're bringing new people? I don't remember her name, Ileandra.
That's right.
Should we tell her ahead of time?
Didn't mind when you showed up.
That's a good point.
I'm sure she
No,
already
he was
knows,
kind of
too.
there independently, but
Yeah, he was there. I mean, he was already there before we met him, or before we had ever met her.
Do I
And
know,
I feel like as
what
soon as we
Russell?
step foot in this city, like she knows who's in the city. Like, let's be
Yeah,
real
that's a
here.
good point.
Yeah, she's magic.
She's not dumb. She knows exactly who's in the party. Like, she probably watches us.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but if it's like a racial enemy, you might want to like just give her even if she does know, might be polite to give her like a heads up.
I mean,
Yeah.
do you think like she's like?
so you're not
scrying us or
walking into
some
the
shit?
JCC with a neo-Nazi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't
Yeah.
want to do that. You don't just want to spring that on.
So
somebody.
should I send a bird?
Well, neo-Nazi defector would be more accurate. But anyway, point stands.
Hey, dude, I'm not that bad.
No, I said defector. Like you were
I
part
know,
of the
it's-
organization and now you're not. So
Mhm.
my point is, it would still piss off people.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, what does the
But
party think? Is it
should
worth
you
me?
do what?
Is it worth me using animal messenger and just giving her a heads up?
That's up to
I
you
think
guys.
we should go there first and just get it
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
the way,
Okay.
like, in person.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So you make your way. Scroll over to the Archmage's tower. And that basically I think we see you weave through the towns, past all the temples, past the road that leads to the giant keep, which you guys can see from where you're at. The giant stone platform foundation upon which lays this giant like Viking fortress, which is the main hall, the Great Hall of Dragonfall. You walk past that and head to the Lake of the Magister, upon which rises the Tower of Iliandra. That's just sitting there. And as you guys approach, The guards give you free pass. They know who Nevern is anyway, so they definitely let you in. And when you enter, all of you, well, no, Nevern, I think it's probably you, and maybe
They know Mortimer. They definitely know Mortimer. Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
know Mortimer, but I'm not. That's not what I'm debating. I'm debating who she's going to talk to in their heads. I think it would be you and Mortimer probably. And they say, you hear the voice of Ileandra. I am waiting for you upstairs.
I sort
Yes, my lady.
Yeah, whenever I don't hear him say that, but I look over and I sort of see him like twitch. He's like sort of twitches like, and I kind of know he's responding to her, and I just and I follow Mortimer.
He's probably
up.
like bowing to no one.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, this guy's got it. He likes her. He's into her. I'm gonna follow him.
I'm more scared of her.
Yeah, I get it.
Terrified.
Nevern's scared
yeah.
too, but he's like obviously way less cautious with another elf.
So yeah, as you guys make your way up to her audience chamber, which you guys have been in a bunch,
Yeah.
she's sitting there. She's kind of like lounged out on a chase lounge when you guys enter, and then she stands and greets you and says, "It has been a while. I hope everything was fortuitous in your travels."
Yes, everything went well,
I look at the group.
right?
As well as it could.
And I look at her and I say, "Never better, milady." And I give her like a very short bow, like a little curt nod bow.
And new faces.
Yes,
And then she
well,
looks over at you, Alan, before you speak. He goes, "You have the bearing of one of the dwarves of the Varenhold."
Yes, I'm Corin. It is my honor to meet you.
"And who is this one?" she says as she looks past everyone towards Runan's cloaked up self.
So, I guess like when
And as she says that, she kind of cracks a smile a little bit.
yeah, I mean, like obviously she probably fucking knows, but I'm still like really nervous about this because I know how high elves like react to me. But I'll like decloak my face and just say you can call me Runan.
And she goes,
Uh-oh. She casts polymorph.
turns you into a slug. No, I'm just kidding. True polymorph. You are now a slug forever.
Damn.
No,
That'd be
she's not
awesome.
gonna do that.
I would love to see
Yeah.
Crazed RP a slug.
I move.
I move, I sleep, I eat bacteria.
I poop.
I eat a leaf. Okay, so she looks over at Runan and says, "Are you an assassin?"
I'll
Would be-
say,
Quite foolish.
I'll say, well, you're very observant. Yes, yes, I am, but not in the way you might think.
Oh. How interesting. It has been a long time since I've seen any of your folk. Not since the wars.
Yeah, I'd say there's me and a group of others have separated from my kind as we did not see eye to eye, and we seek to right the wrongs that they have bestowed upon the world.
Interesting. I had heard tale of rebels within the ranks, and it may be that you will prove yourself useful to us. But be aware that if you should ever cross me, it will be the last thing you do, or any of your friends. She squints.
Yeah, I'll give a little bow and just be like, I figured. I mean, I'm not dumb. Like, I know, like, she would obliterate the fuck out of this.
She can be summed up in that emote. Just feels not sure, man. Not. I don't know.
I mean,
All
I
right.
love that.
No, I know. She just doesn't like any people that you've met, or any people that she's met of your kind. She is obliterated. So
yeah, but I mean, it's,
There you go.
Nevin was the same
Which isn't
way,
a
but
lot.
I haven't
Yeah.
been like, obviously, like I haven't been openly hostile towards him or like
Right.
done anything.
If you were in Eldamar, you'd probably be dead. But we're the two high elves that you've seen in weeks in this gigantic land outside of it. We're outside of Eldamar for a reason too. That's why we didn't kill you. Like, hey, we all left for a reason.
Yeah, and she's not dumb. She knows there's reasons, right?
Yeah, like
she's
you
not,
didn't walk into the city for no reason. Yeah.
right, exactly. And you didn't walk up to her without knowing what you were getting into.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
she would wager, especially surrounded by this group of people, right? Specifically.
Right.
She says, well, I will not let old hatreds cloud my mind. There is obviously a reason you are here. But be that as it may, I know you have returned from a long journey, but trouble is afoot. Neverin, something grave has occurred in our homeland.
Something grave always seems to be occurring. I'm not surprised that Eldamar is getting its slice of the pie. What's going on that's so grave? And I kind of cock an eyebrow and I seem curious. The longer she doesn't say anything, the more worried I kind of start getting.
Yeah.
I'm looking pretty worried because I'm thinking like, oh fuck, what did we do now? Like, what did the Shadow Kai do?
She kind of takes a moment and then looks back and says, there have been troubles with many things involving our home. It seems that our connection to the Fae as elves is starting to bleed out and infiltrate the material plane.
Whenever she says that, my attention, my head sort of jerks toward her, and my attention is definitely drawn into her words, and I know she's not fucking around at that point, and I'm like super focused as to what she has to say.
Yes. We have tried to make contact with the Queen of the Fae, though she has not answered, which is unusual. And as it pertains to you, Neverin, the timing was most unfortunate.
What does that mean?
It would appear that your mother was taken from the material plane. We don't know where she is.
Well, that's quite unfortunate, because my mother is the only parent I like. I never thought I'd go back to Eldamar, but was she taken from there?
Yes.
And I sort of look at everyone, and I say, if you'll give me a second, milady. I look at the group and I say, what happens next is that I gather the information I need, and then I head home to Eldamar. The elvish lands are very unforgiving if you're not an elf. But I trust the lot of you. I don't know what this delightful wizard is about to share about my mother's fate, or the fate of my homeland, but I'm willing to vouch for you if you do decide to travel with me to Eldamar, because I'll be leaving very soon, I reckon. And then I look back at Ileandra, and I sort of ask for the full brunt of the bad news.
Okay. Before I go into that, just to reiterate, Donnie, like the Queen of the Summer Court, is kind of your patrons.
I don't know that though, do I?
You don't. You kind of have. I would say you have a clue, but you know it's has to do with the Fae is the clue you have. So you're like, fuck, what? Ugh. You know, I don't know like how you feel about that as Mortimer, but you're starting to feel the threads start to push and pull. You know, start to tug you along.
Yeah, like some sessions back, you mentioned something how Nevern would be tied to something that was going to involve Mortimer. It was like 7 sessions ago or something.
Yeah, it was a long ass time ago, but I did drop a hint. But whatever.
Look at you
anyway.
with your big grand stories. Jeez.
Yeah,
wow.
Anyway, so then Ileandra looks back at you. She looks back at you and she says, well, the full brunt, I suppose, is that she's disappeared into a pocket dimension of the Fae, which have been appearing at random, it seems, all over Eldamar. We have tried to postulate on how to even deal with this. If we enter the Fae, we fundamentally change. However, there may be some magic that we can use to fight this rule of nature, or maybe bend it as such. I honestly, it's hard for me to decide where to begin. For the magic I know is mostly to deal with the material plane. I can banish things and open gates, but my control over these realms and planes is not that powerful. I'm not a god.
When she says all that, I say, I know you'll do what must be done to help fix something of such magnitude of the Feywild and the material world coming together. Whatever must be done, I have to save my mother. I must go immediately. Tell me what to do. I will take your guidance. But I must make haste. I'll leave tonight.
Not that hasty, I don't think.
And
while she is in the Feywild,
yeah, when she says not that hasty, I kind of like jerk, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm kind of confused as to why we can't get to work immediately.
Oh, young one. The reason is because I am coming with you.
When she says that,
Oh.
yeah, when she says that, I guess my jaw kind of drops, and I say, we finally found the task that commands the time of such a great wizard. Well, and then I look back at the party and I say, now we're all going to die. And I look at Mortimer especially.
Mortimer, you hear a voice in your head. And I mean, none of you else can hear this, but you hear this voice in your head, Mortimer, that says, oh no, I don't think you will be dying.
Morty's just like sweating. I got like a little handkerchief just like patting my brow.
Oh,
I think it is time you visited old Gran in the woods.
Oh.
Oh, Gran and her shit cooking.
Fear intensifies. I'll just like answer my.
Yes, of course. I'll come there immediately.
Then the voices stop.
Thank God, I took my lithium today.
Nice. Yeah. She says, then Ileandra kind of turns back to you, Neverin, and says, I'm going with you to Eldamar for the first time in several thousand years. I have things I wish to discuss with the leadership.
Well, I must say, when I left Eldamar, I left thinking that I'd do great deeds and fight in battles and make a name for myself and return in 1,000 years or 4. But here I am marching back less than a season later. It's not exactly the journey that I had in mind before I returned. Sure, I've accomplished a lot, but I suppose returning with you isn't so bad, especially to fix what we need to take care of. But I hope you like it. Eldamar's still a great place, to be honest.
Kind of looks at you with that, like, don't fucking patronize me about the fucking land to the elves, young little shit. You
Yeah.
know, she's like, she kind of snaps you a look, and then she's like, yes, I'm sure it is quite lovely still. You're aware that the place never changes, right? Now,
Whenever she
I
says
am
that,
there to-
I don't think Neverin's ever actually thought about it, that it's looked the same for like 20,000 years. And when she says that, he's kind of like dumbfounded a little bit, like, oh, fuck. Like, I guess you're right. Because, like, Neverin's only like 515. So he's essentially a whelpling, you know?
Yeah, you're just like a newly
Like
minted
old as
adult male.
old as fuck to a human male or female or dwarf that's lived like a regular adult life, but for an elf, it's child shit. 500 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like super young.
Yeah,
as well.
you're basically like Legolas talking to Galadriel here.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
you're younger than Legolas.
Yeah,
You're
he's
younger
way
than
he's older. Yeah,
You're like one of the sons of Elrond talking to Galadriel here. Like,
yeah, exactly.
exactly. So, yeah, she's gonna look back at you and say, now while I deal with my things, my plan is to discern some way to get you into the Feywild without losing who you are. And solving our little problem.
She
Well,
says
like I said, I trust you, and I'll follow your lead. And I look at Runon as he sort of clears his throat, I guess.
yeah, so it's like as she was saying, when she mentions like losing yourself in the Feywild, like I'm just gonna kind of not like 1,000-yard stare, but I'm gonna get like a little sad because I can like heavily relate to that, given my situation.
Sure.
And I'll just kind of pipe up and say, I wonder if I will find any answers to rid myself of the curse and torture that I have to deal with.
Likely not there, but take heart. You shall not suffer the same fate as if Nevrin were to walk in. Your old master made that quite possible himself, by separating your kind from ours. Your fate is different than his.
Well, I'll say I wouldn't call him my master. I never liked him myself.
Yes, but is it not he who performed the ritual that split your people off from ours, estranged our kindred?
Indeed it was, but that does not mean that I serve him.
I never claimed that you did.
I am
And if you did, you would have been dead by the time you walked in the door.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know, this whole like little conversation, like I'm kind of like visibly pretty sad like right now, like kind of gloomy. Like it's just like I can understand like what it means to like lose yourself to a different plane.
Sure.
I'm gonna like looking at him being like all sad and mopey, I kind of like elbow him, like not hard or anything, and just like, cheer up, we're gonna have some crepes.
Well, that's hilarious.
Well, if your crepes can cure my curse, then I might cheer up. But I do not want to live with this eternal torture.
I mean, Nevern sold me on these crepes. They sound amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I've
like
heard good
some
things.
some sort of like delicious elvish boar crepe with a like some sort of light cream sauce. Maybe it's kind of garlicky. Maybe there's a little bit of spice to it. A very slight hint of sweetness from some sort of like elvish berry that's in the crepe.
Pork wrap.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
pork, berry, and cream sauce.
I wouldn't. I'll just say
Elvish euros.
It's gonna be
I
good.
Wouldn't know, I wouldn't know if these crepes, where I come from, to eat gruel and live in eternal darkness.
That's such a great line.
I'm not, dude. That's actual.
No, I know,
Shadow
but
lore.
it reminds me of Metalocalypse, where he's like, "We got you the most metal gift, blacker than the blackest black." Nothing.
But like just like a, basically just like a tidbit. It's
What's that clown's name?
Roxo.
Roxo the clown.
But
You has lots of cocaine.
Sorry.
just like a little tidbit of like Shatterkai lore. So the like where they live in the where they live in Shadowfell, they basically do just eat gruel because they don't. They don't use fires and whatnot.
Yeah, there's like nothing in.
Yeah,
It's a shitty place.
Well, it's
not
basically they try to hide and like keep secret from like every other entity that lives there because you never know. It's just like if they're cooking with a fire, that's like a big deal.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. So then Ileandra looks back and she says, "I understand your haste, Neverin, but I need time to prepare for the trip. And trust me, while she is in the Feywild, she is considerably safer than those who are outside of it and being exposed to the things that come onto our plane."
Can I ask you about like what she? Or actually, I'm just like, can you tell us about what you've heard? Like, what beings are coming from the Feywilds?
No, for I have not seen them. I just know that if such things that live in there come out, they are not meant to be here. They do not think the same way you and I think. They create only mischief and trouble.
Indeed. No, you don't suspect that my kind have anything to do with this, do you?
I don't know. But they are not portals to the Shadowfell, so I doubt it. We do know that.
All right, then I'll just kind of like nod and just leave it at that.
Huh.
You don't
Trust
mind me
me.
asking,
Yes.
what sort of creatures inhabit the Fae, and why would they steal an elf?
Many reasons. You see, when an elf enters the Feywild, they become what we all once were. They are known to us as the Eladrin. But it is possible to recover your soul and remain an elf as well.
All right.
And return, which is why I say that she is quite safe as long as someone reunites her soul with her body and spirit.
Yeah, and Nevern says.
By the way,
yes.
Neverin,
Yeah.
this kind of stuff happens a lot. Like, the really old elves start to lose touch when they stay on the material plane too long. And one of the things that they'll do is perform the ceremony and enter the Feywild for a while and kind of do a, I don't know, the analogy might be Malfurion in World of Warcraft. They might like do a sleep, if you will, in the Feywild and have their soul walk the Feywild as an Eladrin, and then they do a special ceremony to bind their soul back to their body and come back to the material plane, and then they're rejuvenated. This is a thing that does happen. It's not super common, but for really, 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 really old elves, sometimes this is the only way they can do this and keep staying on the material plane. And then when elves get really old, sometimes they don't want to come back and they just go to the Feywild forever. And it's like elf heaven. So.
Yeah, so Nevern's mother Evelyn, she is old as fuck. Like, she's old. Like, the choice to have a child at the age that Nevern's parents did was pretty crazy. Estron is his father. He's like the warrior general guy. Yeah, they were super old, and they decided in their super old age, why not have a child? Because they had never had one before. And which is that customary? Would elves typically decide to have a child, or do some decide to say fuck it, I'm just gonna do my thing and not procreate?
Yeah, because they're immortal in my setting. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, sometimes they don't have children because they don't need to. And if they do have children, they typically don't have a lot, like 1 or 2, because there's no need to have 7 fucking kids. I mean, it's happened. I mean, I'll put it to you guys this way. My inspiration for my elves definitely comes from like the Tolkien universe, and the most prolific family in terms of having kids, they had 7 kids. That was the most ever by any elves. So it's like,
yeah,
it's kind
Nevern's
of the same
definitely
here.
a
It's
solo
like,
kid. He's an only child.
Yeah,
and they were, imagine like a couple deciding to have kids in their 50s, kind of a thing, and like somehow like the woman.
Well, their bodies don't really ever age, really, except for their souls age.
Yeah, but just think of it like in real life, though. Like a couple, like really that's been around a long time, decides they're like, you know what, we're in our 50s, we're 54, let's have a kid, fuck it.
You're pulling an Elrond, bro.
Yeah,
you waited forever.
Let's exactly. Let's roll up to the high school graduation in a wheelchair, kind of a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, all right. She looks back at you and she says, I know you must not like the man, but your father has sent word that he is eager to see you.
Eager to see me?
Yes.
I didn't take you for someone so funny. Magister Eliandra. I'm sure he is.
Did not appear to be a jest to me.
Oh, well, he's the biggest jester in all of Eldamar. Didn't you know? Well...
She looks at you quizzically, and she's like, this is like you talking shit on like a high top-end military dude, right? You're just like, yeah, fucking general this, fuck that guy, he's a joke, And she's like, really?
Yeah, okay. Can I make a perception check to see if I catch that, or do I clearly see
Insight.
that?
It would definitely be
Insight, rather. Sorry, okay. I'm going to roll the first roll of the evening.
Yeah.
A 1.
For you.
Of course.
Yeah, no, you're just like...
of course.
You don't see any like hidden meaning or anything, but you definitely catch her with like a excuse me kind of thing. Like the thing you get is that she does not understand what the hell you mean at all. Like by that comment. She's just like, I understand that you don't like your dad, but like, dude, this is a man of great import to our society. Like,
yeah, I'm like, yes, I know you know of his reputation, but he doesn't make one's life easy to live under. He makes your life a joke. So, jester fits the bill, if you will. And as I make the rhyme, I make like a jingle with my fingers and make like a silly bow. And I kind of sulk a little bit.
Well, in any case, take the next day or 2. We leave in 3.
Okay.
We shall have to travel by foot. Well, cart. You know what I mean. I will not travel on foot. That is ridiculous. for part of the way, and then we must travel south to New Harbor and take the boat to Elfhaven.
Very well. Well, we'll meet you here in...
Elfhaven will not send ships to Dragonfall anymore.
When she says that, I ask why.
They have too many problems to send ships so far away.
What do you mean? Elfhaven has too many problems.
Yes.
I quite like that city. What's happening there?
The same thing that's happening in the rest of Eldamar. They
It's
are under
that far
pressure from
spread.
these attacks. Yes. It is all of our land.
And that I guess it kind of like sinks in more. And I say, please send word when you're ready. We'll be ready as well.
Yes, yes. Of course.
And if we can, if you guys are down, because it's only 10:10, I'm down to do like a 2-day montage where we just kind of hang out and train and chill. And then maybe we have like a scene with the steward before we leave, and then I'm down to like at least start the journey. If you guys are.
Yeah, I don't care. Up
Yeah,
to
it's
whatever
fine.
Sticks
I'm down.
Scott's prepared.
I got a couple things I probably need
Yeah.
to do in this town anyway.
Yeah, this will be your last opportunity for some downtime. So if you don't want to, like, I understand montaging most of it, but like if you guys have shit you need to take care of before you leave, like, you know, gearing up for a long ass foot journey. I mean, I'm talking, ugh, man, this journey is going to be. My little north map doesn't even cover it well enough. Like I have to use the world map.
How many days would you say?
He's looking.
The New Harbor on foot. I mean,
Well, by mount, right?
Well, we've got horses.
yes.
We've
well,
all
you're
got-
traveling in a cart though with Ileandra, so it's like it's a covered.
I mean, I
Sure,
got
do
tons of
it.
potions. I got 12 rations. I've got, I mean, Neverin essentially
get
is
it.
ready to go. Yeah.
I'm just saying it will take you probably a week to get to Barrowton, and then probably another 3 or 4 days. So looking at like 10 days on the road to get to New Harbor, and then the ship ride is like another week on a boat before you land at Elfhaven.
So near a month.
It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks.
I think we're good to go. I mean, we'll be able to hunt a little bit. There's going to be meals to get, 12 rations, some potions. I mean, I feel like we're good to go. Unless anyone has anything to do. Please do so.
I'm gonna straight up look for. I'm gonna walk around town and see if I can find like a shadier area of town, and I need to find someone that can like help me get a better disguise. Going into Eldamar, I would know. Like,
Do you want a disguise kit, basically?
Yeah. Makes
yeah,
sense.
I would probably be looking for a disguise kit of sorts.
Well, you're traveling with Archmagister Ileandra, and if you're traveling with her, you might not need to disguise, because if she vouches for you,
Yeah,
there's
Yeah,
not a
what are
whole
they
lot
gonna
of people who are going to question that. I mean, like, the
Sure.
King of the Elves could be like, the fuck you say in my kingdom? You're not the queen. You know, like, he's really... Like, Neverin's father could question you about it, but if she puts her final word down, they're probably just going to be like, all right, you're good. But the
The
king
way
is
I
the only
look at
person who can really say shit about it.
The way I look at it, I'd rather just not get to that point. So if I can try to hide myself, I'd rather do it.
Okay, but if you get caught trying to hide yourself, it's going to look way sketchier than if you just go under her word. Just letting you know. Because they're like, why are you disguising yourself? Are you a Shatterkai spy? Execute this heathen. You know, like, it's going to look really bad.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, if you want to, you can still do it. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just telling you what the situation's like.
I'm still gonna look for the disguise kit because it's like I said.
That's fine. If you want to get proficiency
having it
for a
doesn't mean you have to
disguise
use
kit-
it. Like, he can walk in
Exactly.
without using
That's what
it.
I'm saying. Like, if he wants to spend his downtime getting proficiency in a disguise kit, I'm down.
Totally.
Yeah,
It's totally
let's do that. Hey, how much gold is that gonna cost me?
Let me find out for you.
And while you're
Oh,
doing that, can I start learning or working towards building towards proficiency in history by like going to the library and just trying to learn about Dragonborn. And
Oh, you wanted to
and
switch
human-
out a couple of your skills, right? Which ones did you want to do?
Yeah, so I don't think that I need intimidation, and I don't think
Okay.
that I need insight.
Okay.
I'd rather have something like uh, investigation and history and maybe some arcana.
Damn.
Okay,
I got
I'll let you
all of
switch
these.
out 1 for 1 on those 2 skills. So you got to choose which ones you want.
So I can pick one thing to lose proficiency in
You
and
can
switch.
replace those 2 skills with another skill.
Oh, so I can get rid of intimidation and insight, and I can choose history and investigation, for instance.
Sure.
Ooh, okay. And I'll spend downtime to make that make sense. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point. Is you're spending your downtime to do this before you leave the city.
okay, cool.
Okay, so training. Here we go.
Where the fuck will this be at?
It's gonna cost you 1,000 gold.
Okay, yeah, I can't. So.
Yeah.
Well, forget that.
Because it either costs 1,000 gold or it costs you significantly less, but you have to spend the time, and you don't have the time.
Oh, it looks like Far Traveler, which is my background, automatically gets insight, so I have to pick.
A different one to replace. Yeah.
Well, I get that automatically, so I just have to keep insight. So I need to choose. So I guess I'd probably pick investigation over history. Well, history or investigation? What do you guys think? If
You're
you had
Or
to pick.
Arcana. You
smart.
mentioned Arcana too, which is not a bad one either.
Right.
Arcana is like book knowledge about whether something is possible magically or not. So like
Right.
looking at a situation and being like, could a spell have done this? Could magic have done this? it
Is
possible?
magic affecting something? Is this item magic? Like all kinds of
Not
stuff.
is this item magic? That's detect magic. That's a different, and identify. Those are different spells. This is more book knowledge about like, is it theoretically possible that this thing could be magical? Think about it that way. It's kind of like that.
I'm
Just
trying to
like
think
history
what
is
we've
book
used.
knowledge.
I'm trying to think what we've used, like investigation, history, and arcana.
Yep.
What has come up the most? Probably investigation. to be
Investigation
honest.
because of journeys easily.
Yeah, I was gonna look into training my investigation.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna do investigation, then I might do something different then.
I mean, I've got investigation. I've got +4 to it.
You know, as the elf, as the oldest in the party, I'll go history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do that. Cool.
Yeah, so you can You can switch that out. That's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, Craze, you just don't have enough time to do the disguise kit, unfortunately.
All right. I guess could I buy? Is there a place I could buy some pre-made poisons that would like work on crossbow bolts in this town?
Probably.
Why do you figure that out? Sticks, when you know, she said, "Come see me in the woods." Have we like met there before? Or is she talking like
Yes.
some of the Feywild?
This is where she's saying seek Granny in the woods, right? That's the lady you made the thing with who gave you your powers. That's like
Oh.
old Nana. That's her deal.
All right, yeah,
She's
then
this old lady who lives out in the woods, and she never seems to die. It's really
weird. She's normal. Yeah, I
That's not
guess
terrifying.
I would go see her and then our downtime at some point.
okay. I'll come back to that.
Yeah. take your
For a
time.
basic vial of poison, Craze, it's 100 gold pieces per vial.
All right. I'm gonna buy 1 vial.
Noise.
I would say you can gain. What do we think? Like 5 uses out of 1 vial?
Well, 4 or 5 is what I'd assume.
Yeah, let's say 5. That's fine.
Craze, do you want 100 gold for another one?
No, I slinked off like by myself to do this.
Oh,
you
okay.
can do that.
All right.
So, Nick, things
Yes.
I do, I get a tent, I buy more rations, and I'm gonna go to like the poorer sections of town, and I'm just gonna like anybody that has like things that need to be repaired. I'm just repairing like homes, clothes, whatever needs to be done as far as like rebuilding and just helping people like in like the the unfortunates that couldn't afford to like help themselves. That's my downtime.
What a good guy.
I mean, he's a priest.
I like it.
What a good guy.
He could probably help fix up a couple houses a day, you know?
Yeah, probably. Depends what needs to be done, obviously, but that's cool. All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to do specifically? I think that's everybody except Donnie, right? So we can jump into that.
Yeah.
Rad. So let's do that.
Oh, shit.
So we probably see Mortimer leave town and head out toward the old cottage in the woods.
Ooh.
Back
The
where
Love
he
Shack.
went so many years ago. The funny part about this house is it looks like a small little cottage, but whenever you step inside, and you notice it more now that you're like fully grown and not a kid, it seems bigger on the inside than it has any business being. It's kind of like those wizarding tents in Harry Potter, where it looks like just like a tiny little tent. You walk in, it's like a fucking house. You
Shit's
walk
cool.
into this cottage, and there's like multiple floors. There's like all sorts of weird shit going on, and you finally notice it because you're like older and wiser, and you're like, wait a minute, what the, like,
Yeah.
you know,
I was worried about other stuff last time.
Yeah, exactly. And you were like, considerably younger as well. So as you approach, I think you're walking up, you're about to knock on the door, and the door just opens.
Oh, no.
And then you hear a voice saying, yes, come in, come in.
Ooh.
I think Morty will do one of those things where, like, it's like the camera angle from inside the door when it opens, just like lean into frame.
Granny, is that you?
Yes, my child, please. Come in. Have
Oh.
a seat.
Creepy.
Okay, on my way.
And do like a, kind of like gently push the door open, looking around, and not like walk in casually.
Yeah, so when you walk in, you see a fire crackling on the other side. There's like a table and chairs set up with like a teapot and like little like crumpets and biscuits like ready to go, and like fresh butter. You smell just like the sense of like lavender and other floral smells like wafting through the house. It's a wooden floor. There's a staircase that goes up, and some other rooms off to the side, and you hear the footsteps coming down, and you see a kindly looking old lady coming down, and she has like a gnarled walking stick, and she just like steps down and she says,
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. So long.
Oh, yes, it's been too long.
And I think like Morty will kind of like give like awkward hug stance. Like,
yeah.
is this our
Very good.
relationship? I don't know.
And no, it's fine. She's like grandma, right? And she sits down and starts like buttering a crumpet, and she's like,
Would you like some tea?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yeah, she
How
pours
have
out-
you been?
Yeah, she pours out like this tea that smells very floral, and you recognize that's the smell you were smelling in the air. And she's like,
Yes, I've been quite good.
and she says,
Excellent.
A little bird told me you were going on a trip.
Yes.
she takes a sip of her tea.
Speaking of birds, did you get my owl?
Oh, yes.
And she waves her hand, and it flies into the room, like
Cool.
right in her chair.
Give a little pet.
Yes. Magister Iliandra is taking us to Eldamar. One of my companion's mothers has been captured by the Feywild. It's confusing, but we're going to the Feywild.
Her eyes like glow green for a second, and she looks back at you and lowers her tea down and places it on the saucer. And she says,
Well, that is certainly interesting.
and her
Yes.
voice starts kind of changing a little bit.
Is
And take like a little sip.
everything okay?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Tell me, Mortimer, do you remember the promise you made to me so long ago?
Of course I do. I love the book you gave me.
And I'll show her like the packet of tomes I got for being.
Yeah, and she's like,
Great.
Good, good.
Very happy. Oh, are you happy with what we have going on?
Yes.
Oh, good. Because I'm happy.
That's awesome. She kind of looks back at you and takes another sip of tea and then sets her cup and saucer down. She goes,
I look forward to meeting you face to face.
Oh. But is that not what we're doing here?
she's like, not quite.
That's hilarious.
She
Oh.
looks kind of over at you and she says,
I understand that the elves have been trying to contact me for quite some time. I see no reason to talk to them. Things are a little out of control, yes, but I don't think they're that out of control.
We
Be that as it
apparently
may.
Things are a little bad, Granny. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yes, well, be that as it may, I would like someone to look into the calamity surrounding my realm. And I think you are just the person I would like to look into it.
Oh,
You seem
yes.
rather capable, after all.
Oh, thank you. This tea is delicious.
isn't it? I
Yes.
shall have to give you some when you leave.
You're too sweet.
Now, I think there is something that must be done.
All right.
But I need not burden you with it just yet. I shall wait till you are closer to home for me. You see, this one, and she points at this like old granny body, and she's like, she does fine for what I need around here, but you must understand that we should meet in person, as you folk are wont to say. And I think it best be done closer to my home. Yes?
Well, that sounds good. Question.
Yes.
Is it weird that I'm still calling you Granny? That now that you're not?
Have I told you
granny?
anything else to call me?
No.
Hmm.
It works for me.
Strange.
I like it.
You can call me Titania if you must.
All right, cool.
It's a name I have allowed many mortals to call me, but I
Excellent.
do think that once you are closer to my domain, that we should have another talk, another chat, maybe over some more tea.
Of course. Is this situation dangerous at all?
Oh, yes, quite.
Oh. Question.
Yes.
What is Neverin's mother's name? I remember y'all saying it.
I can't remember either. I'm terrible with names.
Evelyn.
Help us, Evelyn.
Have you heard of an Evelyn? She was the one that was taken.
Well, I haven't paid much attention to the elvish dilemma, but I shall keep my ear to the ground. I
Oh.
do love gossip.
Thank you. It's my friend's mother. I'm sure to be very happy if we find out where she is. So, thank you.
Yes. Well, if she was an elf, she wouldn't be anymore. But that's not something I can't fix. I fix it all the time.
Oh, excellent. I think he'll be happy to hear. Well, maybe I won't tell him that just yet. But thank you very much.
Now, your friend who is the elf, how does he plan to help her out in my realm? That doesn't really work well for most corporeal elves. Unless he is
Oh.
ready to do the ritual, but I dare say he is far too young.
What is the ritual?
The separating of soul from body.
Oh.
Now, you, as, well, a half-elf, must undergo this process at some point. Otherwise, well, we wouldn't want that, would we?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, I don't suggest he do it at such a young age. It might be that if I were convinced, I could protect him from such eventualities.
Oh, well, that'd be very helpful. Yes.
Good.
How I will figure that out, I'm sure.
Let's just say you will owe me a favor.
Oh, of course, yes, yes. Anything.
And then she goes like,
Excellent.
and then she snaps her fingers and a parchment comes out with a quill and she pushes it towards you.
Yes, just like the last time. Just sign it for old Granny, would you?
Ah, yes, of course.
Starts
I'll just-
turning back into this old woman. Gets like all crumpled up and
Can
gnarled
he read
over.
it?
Yeah. it's
Nah,
written in
Morty doesn't even
Sylvan.
read it. He's cool, whatever.
Signs
Oh
it.
my.
Yeah, very
Wow.
good. You were always such a good boy.
Yes, of course. We should do this more often. This is fun.
Yes, I think so. Have a safe trip. Don't
Yes, of
forget to
course.
write to Granny.
Oh, could I get some of that tea before?
I think it'll like cut
Yeah,
out.
she hands you
A thermos of tea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pouch with the herbs in it.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yes, just one scoop and some hot water.
Got that Sylvan tea. Yeah, I think Morty's walk back to town is kind of like you ever seen 500 Days of Summer? That scene when he gets laid.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my walk back to town. Like, and like just
Nice.
dancing.
I like it.
Nice, nice.
Got to see my granny.
Nice.
Old Granny Titania. All right. Cool. That was rad. So over the next couple of days, you guys, do your things. You set up for everything. You equip the cart. You have your horses attached to the cart. And once again, Arnold's probably going to have to sit this one out. But he has a good owner who takes care of him. So
Indeed.
I
Morty
don't
probably
suppose you're that
does.
disappointed about it. And yeah, as you guys prepare the cart and start loading things on, in the back section, the passenger section, you see a retinue of like armed guards start marching up to the cart, and Ileandra shows up, and she's like wearing silk robes and she's barefooted and stuff, and she just like steps up onto the thing and onto the cart, and she says,
Well, it's going to be a long ride, and well, I hope this will at least be entertaining.
and then she like gets into the cart, sits down.
I'll jump in.
Cool.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
hop in.
So cool. You guys get in the cart. How do you want to do the thing? We want a journey? I guess we have to.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
down to start the journey. Oh, look at that. We haven't seen the world map in a while. Look at that, Chad.
Spooky.
So we're heading to New Harbor, where we're gonna take a boat to Elfhaven.
Poggers.
Correct.
Nice.
Pop, pop, pop,
Well.
pop, 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 pop. Gert. Why can't I do a little ping anymore?
You might
Okay.
be. Are you on the wrong layer?
Would it not be faster to sail?
Right, I can't hold and click anymore.
Save? What?
To sail like the whole way?
From Dragon
They're not sending boats to Dragonfall anymore. It's too far away. They'll send one to New Harbor because it's close, but they won't send one to Dragonfall.
Yeah.
Plus, in order for elf ships to get to Dragonfall, they have to sail dangerously close to their. Oh whoa!
All right.
There you go.
How do I clear that? Sorry.
Just do clear all drawings. I can do it.
Just select.
And how do I do sorry, how do I do a ping?
You gotta go on the cursor mode. You're on like the draw mode.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
on
you're on
I'm
the
on,
draw mode.
I'm on cursor, still can't do it.
Not if you're drawing.
Click and hold.
No,
Yeah, just just
sometimes
So
left
that's
click and
what
hold.
I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
I don't
I'll
know.
refresh.
Maybe- yeah, try that.
Yeah, try refreshing. That might work. But in any case, you guys are going to be traveling south on the road down toward Barrowton, where you'll probably spend like a day or so, depending on what's going on. And then
There we go.
you'll travel over to New Harbor, where you will find your ship and make your way to Elfhaven.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Okay.
And then you will explore the lands of the elves.
Beautiful. What about my whole werebear situation? Like, we're about to travel. Isn't the full moon showing up soon?
Yeah, about that. You're gonna have to let's talk about that. How are you going to deal with that? Bobbity knows when the full moon's coming.
Yeah.
He is literally an astronomer in your group. So
It's like
you can.
tomorrow at this point, right?
It's coming up real soon, yeah. So you're gonna have to figure out a way to have him be a bear and not be a danger to other people for a night. Then he'll be
How long?
just one night.
8 hours, I guess.
Yeah, it's until the sun rises again, and then you change back.
Do we have like any?
When the first light of dawn hits him, he will transform back into Neverin.
What'd you say, Chris?
I guess we can ask Ileandra to help.
I mean, have you mentioned that you're a werebear? To
No.
Yeah, we
Corin?
well.
I don't think
Nope.
so.
Oh, how about this? Whenever
Literally
she
no
says
one
this will
knows.
be entertaining, we all get into her carriage, and when we start riding, we all sit there in silence for like 45 seconds, and then the first thing that's said, Neverin says, "So," and he looks at Ileandra and he's like, "So I'm a werebear. How's that for entertaining?" And
Kind
I
of looks
look,
over and she's like,
yeah.
"Oh my lord, what have you done?"
We had a bit of a scuffle on the road. The full moon's coming up, and, well, I don't know how I'll behave.
Well, we can keep such things at bay, I think. Yeah, drink this. And she hands you a little silvery-looking potion.
Just,
I give it a sniff, and I'm like a little apprehensive, but I do it.
Yeah. So when you drink it, she looks over and she's like, "That should slake your appetite, if you will. You can now walk out in the light of the full moon, as the elven gods intended, without any danger to anyone else."
Well, that's handy. Thank you very much. And,
Yes, it's the only one I have, so we'll have to be careful next month. Hopefully by then we're in Elfhaven.
so Corin just asked, is this something you just want taken care of?
and I look at him and I say, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, I just cast remove curse on him.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well,
And I look at him and I kind of squint, and I just kind of wait for some action to be done.
That's the funniest shit ever.
I imagine Corn being, "Nope, that's it."
Yeah, no, it's
They're all
done.
set. Enjoy your nightlife.
Wait, so you walk over and you cast Remove Curse on me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
He has remove curse. He can just cure you. That's all it takes.
Okay.
Easy. No more
He waves his
bears.
hand, says the magic words, and then you don't feel any different. And then she's like, "I wasted that potion."
And I was like, yes, it tasted like shit, to be honest.
Well, it's not supposed to taste good.
Rather hasty for an elf to just give out potions like that without asking anything first.
Well, I didn't know who you are. In any case,
Head to toe, dressed in like Warden. Just,
she squints at you.
rather pretty when you squint.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh my. All right. Okay, well, if we're going to go on a journey, we need to sort that shit out. So let's at least set this up.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do a guide. Why not? I have an idea for guide on this one. Yeah, someone's got to drive the cart, right? Who wants to be guide? You need decent charisma and decent survival. Survival's probably the most important of that.
It's not me, boys.
I have a +2 investigation, +5 survival.
I have the same in survival, so you should probably take guide.
It's investigation, right? 6?
No, it's persuasion
Oh, it's persuasion.
and survival.
I have a 0.
+3 persuasion, +4 survival.
Okay, you can be guide.
Yeah, that works.
So I just follow this road, right?
Yes.
Seems easy enough.
It should be for someone of your talents.
Ooh.
I was gonna respond, but I'm just gonna hold my tongue here.
All right, and for the other 3 rolls, since there are 4 of you, 2 people can double up on one thing, just so you know. So, who wants to be scout next? You need investigation for that.
Yeah,
That'll be.
I've got +4 investigation.
Oh, there you go.
Well, someone else can do it too. It's up to you.
And I've got +8 perception.
I'll double up Scott with him.
Okay. Unless you'd rather use your perception for lookout, it's up to you.
Well, I'll do lookout actually. Let's do that instead. Beautiful.
And then scout will be Runan, Runan. I guess Mortimer. That means you're the hunter. Hilariously enough, unless Bobbity, you would like to hunt. Who has better survival between you two?
That's 5.
Probably him.
Okay.
Morty's not much of a woodsman.
So it'll be Mortimer and Never. Unless Mortimer, what role do you want to do? It's really your choice.
It doesn't matter. Whatever fits best. Because we can't have 2 guides, right? We can only have 1 guide.
No, you can have 2 scouts and 2 lookouts though. So which of those do you think you're better at?
Remind me the traits.
Scout is investigation. Lookout is perception.
Let's do scout. I got a cat making biscuits on me.
Startle.
Okay, actually, I do have a +8 perception, so it might be smart for me to do the lookout.
Yeah, you can. I think
Alright.
Mortimer has the best investigation in the group.
Looks alright. I'm gonna double up
3.
on the lookout. Actually.
No. Okay.
Since
Yeah,
I'm
that's good,
close.
because then when you're looking out, you guys can roll with advantage.
Yeah, I've got +8 on that, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, remember to take guidance on all these rolls, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to need, if we're going to stick around and actually do this, I'm going to need like a minute to do all of my shit, and it's going to take a while, because it's a long journey.
Did you want me to roll the survival check first?
Yes, I need you to do all the embarkation stuff. Hold on, though, because I need to set the DC based on how you're all on the roads.
Do we want to... Because, I mean, we're going to do these rolls and pretty much, like, end, right?
Pretty much. We were
Do
just
we
going to
wanna-
get started and then do
We
the
just
journey.
wait.
Well, if we're just gonna roll and then end, we might as well roll next week. I
Yeah,
thought
so
that we
would
were at
be
least
good.
gonna like get into an encounter. But
yeah,
if
I
we're
mean,
not,
maybe.
I mean,
It depends what the dice say. It could very well be that we don't have any encounter. So
right.
I think
Yeah,
this is a good stopping point.
I think it's a good stopping point. We've chosen roles. We can do all the roles the next time we play and actually like have
This
the
is like
beginning
a
of the
great-
long journey.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
a really
that's
good
cool.
starting point.
Yeah, we're about to. Yeah, this is a great end of chapter 1. We're about to embark on a brand new journey, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So in
Hell
2
yeah.
weeks when we pick back up, we can just hop right into the journey and get going.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
I like that.
deleting Neverin's bear form. It's gone.
Oh,
Well, I mean, Nevern was never down to have some sort of sickness, so he was never down with the sickness. Wow.
Oh, this is not the make
Wow.
that joke.
Do you want to get up?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I will become a were owl. It'll happen.
That was our second session with no combat and barely any rolls. That was good. That was fun though. That was we
And
got
you know
a lot
what's
done.
crazy about that? We had like 20 viewers the whole time. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
guys, thank you so much
Really
for
great
hanging out.
viewership. Yeah, exactly.
Can we all just get a
I hope
big
it was
round of
entertaining.
applause for chat for hanging out? You guys are beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
We have a little mini community, but think about 20 people in a room hanging out and then people playing as well. It's like, couple dozen people chilling. You guys are beautiful. Thank you guys.
They are. I agree with that name, Unbroken. You're 100% right. I think narrative is just as cool as fucking beating shit up.
Yep.
Definitely is.
You
Well,
know,
that's fun.
sessions like this every now and then to like.
Yeah, we just
yeah.
raided last session. Yeah, this was great.
Especially at the beginning and end of chapters. Like it's really important to have like setup for all this kind of stuff. Otherwise, it just isn't as coherent of a story. But anyway, I had a great time. I hope you guys all had a great time. I can't wait to play in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Need to come up with some more Metalocalypse lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heart is black, and I love the torture.
That was fun, guys. Donnie, I'm glad that you were able to play with us all the way
Yeah, it was
through.
fun.
I'm happy you're feeling good, man. That pleases me. Sticks, good session. That was fun. I have no doubt that we're about to embark on something that's a big deal. It's probably going to be crazy. Looking forward to it. That was fun. We just did 12 sessions in the last 3 months or so, guys. It's pretty crazy.
Has it been 3 months?
This was session 12. Pretty crazy. So everyone, we're gonna take a break. Next week, I have a crazy work week that starts very early for me. Sticks needs to take a break, recharge the brain. We're all just gonna chill. It's gonna be an off week.
Take care of, actually.
Yeah. Craze is starting a new job. Can you say with who?
Yeah, Jack in the Box. It's 6-month contract. It'll probably go full time, but it's doing their help desk and like Windows 10 migrations.
So you're going to be
Oh,
Jack
sure.
in the Box corporate, helping the corporate franchise offices out, which is cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
basically we're moving like every franchise in the country over. We're moving like all their computer systems to Windows 10, doing network upgrades, and then also supporting the corporate office, like this with help desk tickets and whatnot.
Oh, that's
Uh,
Honestly, a
It's-
dope resume builder. If you do that for a
it's
couple
full
years,
remote.
who knows what that could do for you.
Yeah, it's
Um,
sick that it's just fully remote. So they're sending me like equipment and shit. So.
And
That's
hopefully
rad.
some tacos. Congrats to you, sir.
and hopefully some curly fries. Okay.
Yeah.
Say what
Jack
you want
I
about.
love you because it's the only
Yeah.
place where I can get a taco and curly fries at 3 in the morning.
Look,
Like-
I know fast food is bad, but Jack in the Box loaded tiny tacos are fucking good.
Yeah,
They're so tasty.
true story.
We are proud of you, sir. You're no longer a NEET. Finally.
Dude, it's been a grind, man.
I can't
believe
wait.
it.
I can't wait to completely end this whole charade whenever they call me as a reference, and just keep you unemployed so you can never leave the D&D session. Anyway,
Terrible.
guys, thank you so much for watching. That was fun. We'll see you in a couple weeks, April 15th at 6 p.m. PT. We will come back and play for 4 or 5 hours. We will be journeying, I'm sure, for the whole session. Who knows?
It's gonna be a long one.
Very fucking far distance. It's gonna be a super cool session, I think. But thank you guys for watching. I love playing D&D with you guys. Al, it's good to have you in the group as well. You're fitting in quite nicely. So thanks again for
Thanks
joining
inviting
us. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, April 15th, 6 p.m. PT for some more D&D action. Until then, if you're having a hell week next week too, cool. If not, fuck you. I'm jealous. And we'll see you guys April 15th at 6 p.m. PT. Peace out. I'm not going to do like an after hangout. I'm just going to say bye right now and then call it. I'm tired. I have to wake up early for work again. What do you know? But anyway, yeah, you guys are great. Boys, have a good night. Chat, have a great fucking night. See you in a couple weeks. I will be streaming this weekend. I'm going to the this great park called Dolores Park on Easter Sunday to do a little drunken picnic. But I will be going live.
Why else would you go there?
Exactly. And I'll be like getting stoned and day drinking. I'm either going to be streaming tomorrow night and Saturday night or one or the other. But there will be at least one stream with some Daisy action this weekend before Sunday comes around. So until then, thank you guys for watching. See you April 15th. I hope you enjoyed session 12 of Irilon, The Approaching Storm. Good night. Peace out. Take care of each other. Goodbye. Good night.
Adios.
Peace.
Good night.